Hello. Oh, here we go. And welcome to another episode of the Xbox International Podcast. Well, today's going to be another P&L show, Plume, P&L show, the Plume and Louis show. Let's go. Let's go chat. Hashtag P&L. Hashtag P&L. Let's do this. Yeah. Man, how is
Another
everyone?
duo.
How is everyone doing tonight? I hope seriously everyone is doing awesome. Plume, how are you and what have you been playing, sir?
I am doing great. Yeah, another duo cast here today. We should the P&L duo cast, as I guess we're calling it now for the third week in a row.
Yep.
What have I been playing? I've still just kind of dabbling into everything. I've been playing some more Age of Empire, Mage of Mythology. I don't know why I always mix up those names. I've been jumping back into Star Wars Outlaws and going through some side missions and stuff and exploring that world a bit more. And I finished off Shattered Space. I finished off the DLC for Shattered Space as
You
well.
finished off Shattered Space, man. Tell us, how is Shattered Space, man? Talk to us about it.
So Shattered Space for me it's just okay. It's not great and it's not terrible. It's just okay. It's an expansion to Starfield. The main mission itself is very short. It's like 5 hours or so, I would say, where you can run through that. But I would definitely recommend exploring and checking out the planet. The planet's cool. The new enemies are pretty cool. There's some interesting side missions, but also some just boring ones. My biggest issue with it was just I found that even in the main missions, just kind of going through them, the things you were told they're supposed to do in those missions were kind of boring. There wasn't too much action or combat in them. So that was my issue with it. But it's I would say like if you like Starfield, you'll probably find some enjoyment out of this DLC. So it was okay. It was okay. Nothing that I would say is the best in the world or anything like that.
All right. So basically, this DLC was not like the big thing. Like it wasn't scary, like nothing. Because I mean, when you see the trailers, right, it looks
Yeah.
like it's kind of scary. But I know when they add like too much fear factor, when you go in the game thinking like this is gonna be scary, it's not scary at all.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm asking: is it scary? Is it not?
That's the thing. It's not scary at all. There was no
Oh,
to me there was like no horror elements to this. Like there was not once where I felt like I was in danger in like a horror feeling. So that was kind of curious. That's what I thought too going into it. I thought this was going to be a lot more horror elements when you're going through like into the more linear parts of the missions, but there's really none of that whatsoever. So don't
oh,
go into it thinking it's a horror game of any sort.
oh man, that kind of like took all the fun out of me then right there because I was actually hoping it's gonna be kind of scary, but at least on the action side, was it good? I mean, was there a lot of action?
Well, if you just explore the world, you will find action. You will find things to do. Like that's the thing. Like the I would say that if you just want to play the main mission, if that's all you care about, and you don't already own the premium edition, I would probably not. I would skip it if that's all you care about is just playing the main missions. There's not much action in the main missions, to be honest, and it's very short. So if you don't own it, I would wait until the next DLC or something, and hopefully there's more there. But if you want a new planet to explore where you're just going to discover new things and then there's action as you're going through, that is the way to play that DLC. It's not just running through the main campaign. There's pretty much no point in playing it if you just want to do the main campaign, I would say.
So what would you review it, Clint? If you were to review it, what would you review it?
Honestly, like I give it like a 7.
You give it a
I give it
seven.
like a 7.
All right,
Yeah.
not bad then. Not bad to be a DLC of seven. It's not that bad then. It's not
Yeah.
that bad. Yeah. All
I give it like
right,
a 7.
good stuff. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Louis,
What's up? I'm just waiting
what
for
it,
that question.
what have you been playing, sir?
Oh man, let me tell you something, Plume. I've been good. First things first, I've been good, and I finally got my haircut. Finally done. I kind of like look like the Three Stooges. I don't know why. This haircut, I feel like I'm one part of the Three Stooges. I don't get it. I seriously do. Like I tried combing my hair like to the side, but no, I look funky. I look like a I don't know, a kid or something like from one
I'm
of
not
my.
sure, and I'm not sure it's the haircut that would make you a part of the Three Stooges. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh. Oh, it's because of me. Boom! I had an amazing idea right before we were gonna get on the show. I had an amazing idea. We should do a show how to teach Louis to build a PC. We should do a show like that.
Hey, let's do it. It'll be interesting.
I mean that would be an interesting show. We can teach Louis how to install the RAM, how to install the motherboard, where to connect all the plugs and everything. I mean, if we do that show, I'm telling you, there's gonna be like probably 3,000 views. We call it building computers for dummies. With Lou being, I don't know, whatever those books are called, like was it like that? PC for dummies, something like
Yeah,
that.
all the dummies series. Yeah, the yellow
Yeah.
cover on those. Yeah.
Yeah, we should call it Louis PC for Dummies or something like that because since I don't know nothing, I don't even know what the hell how to install the damn chip. I mean, all I know is like for example, you got the little needle thing, right? You got a needle with something in it, and you gotta stick that needle inside the motherboard, and you gotta like squeeze it in there, like put like a big fat chunk, and then you gotta slap
You definitely
the
don't put a huge chunk. You only want to put a little dab, Louis. You don't
little
want to
dab.
yeah,
You
just a little,
don't
just
you
a little
you don't.
pea.
But if you put like a big chunk, then I mean that makes the chip like the heat last longer, doesn't it? Like it lasts.
No,
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 that doesn't.
you definitely need to have that live stream where you walk through it.
Oh yeah, I definitely need to have a live stream.
Yeah,
We need to do that. I
yeah,
mean
I
that
think
would be one amazing show if we did that, Plume. I mean that would be one amazing show, and we should have Sourblow teach me. Probably bring Dark in there, Silent Cypher, and you. I mean, everyone's gonna just be laughing all night. But it's gonna be next year, though. It's gonna be next year because I'm gonna start building the new PC next year. I'm just waiting for the
Wait,
5080, 5090 to come out. New motherboards, new RAMs, new everything.
they're gonna announce it in January, so
Yes, thank God. Now we're gonna get new boards. I gotta get the new PC case. I mean, shit. I gotta
yeah.
buy a lot of stuff. I gotta buy a lot of stuff. But anyways, other than that, Plume, I've been playing Metal Gear Phantom Pain. I played Ground Zeroes last week. And you know what I found out about Ground Zeroes? You had more side missions to do. I only did like the story mission and that's it. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not playing this anymore. But then I see in the corner completion is at 3%. I'm like, why is my completion at 3%? Then I figured out you have more side missions. It was kind of like a brand new game for me. I'm like, yay! So went in there, played some Ground Zeroes, did like 5 or 6 missions. There's two more to unlock. I don't know how the hell am I gonna unlock those missions. I gotta look how to unlock them. I gotta YouTube them or something because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just go in there and just shoot people. That's all I do. Shoot people, strangle them, throw them in the garbage can. That's all I do. I just have a lot of fun in Metal Gear. But then after that, I started playing Phantom Pain. Right now, I am in chapter, what is it, 14? I think it is 14. Yeah, because it said Emmerich. And here's the thing, though. When I was playing Metal Gear, the first time I went through it, and it was in 2016, right? I faced Quiet, and what's funny is I never like, you know how you gotta send like people to the base, right? In order for like to get developments up, like to get
Yeah.
better weapons and everything. Man, Plume, all I had was like a sniper rifle, that just did damage. I did not have the sniper rifle that puts the person to sleep. So when I went into face quiet and I saw that you can like literally like put her to sleep to take her with you, on the helicopter and everything. I'm like, oh crap, how am I gonna do this? And then right then and there, I figured out you gotta take the people out in order to develop better weapons. So it was me and Quiet and that pistol. I had that pistol level one, facing Quiet. I mean, Plume, that battle took me 4 hours. 4 hours. I'm not kidding. It was like just looking at her, trying to find her. I mean, she shot me like 200 times. I don't know how the hell I survived, but I got her. I got her. I got her after 4 hours. I mean, me and my pistol and her running around, I got her. I got her. But here's the thing though, like for this second round, right? I'm like, okay, now I'm ready. I got my sniper rifle, I got everything, put her to sleep. I'm like, okay. So last night I was playing it, and I was like, you know what? I'll leave the battle for no, it was the night before. I'll leave the battle for Quiet till tomorrow because you know what? I'm gonna face Quiet. It's gonna take me 3 or 4 hours because Quiet's fast and everything. Plume, in 4 shots I got Quiet with the sniper rifle. I was like, oh man, this sucks. It wasn't like how I experienced it last time. Because how I experienced it, it was so cool, man. She literally kicked my ass. I mean, she would not kick my ass, but she was a person like to hard as hell to deal with. I'm like, damn, with this pistol, she moves pretty fast. I'm like, choo, 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 choo. With the sniper rifle, just 4 shots. I'm like, is that it? Man, this sucks. I'd rather do it with my pistol again, man. I had fun in that fight, man. That was a good fight. But other than
Well,
that,
a
what?
4 hour
Yes.
grind to do it. I mean, respect for that. To do,
To face quiet
yeah,
alone.
for 4 hours. Yeah.
Man, Plume, hey, lose the and give me lose the pro right here, man. Lose got patience. I got patience. This is why I take a lot of punishment in Souls games. I get my ass kicked a lot because I got patience. I got all the patience in the world to get my ass kicked. And be
Yep.
bullied too. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. But anyways, Plume, that's oh man, I did not fix the fight. I totally forgot to fix the damn fight itinerary. Uh-oh. But
Lou, we got a
anyways,
super chat here.
I
Got a
know.
super chat
I'll
here.
go get it. I saw. I'll go get it. I'll go get it. But let me read real quick through the fights here since I did not post them. Good job, Blue. So Plume. What we're gonna talk about today is Xbox Series X is now UK's second best-selling console. That's one of the topics we're gonna talk about. And also, everyone is being sued. Jesus, I don't understand what's going on. Then the next topic is going to be the future of Halo is being built with Unreal Engine 5. And the last topic where me and you're going to sit down and have a good discussion is Xbox versus Tencent, the real titans in gaming. Yes, sir, that's our flight itinerary. So, yes, real quick, let me go read that awesome, beautiful $5 super chat from my brother John TJ. He says, Plume, what are your thoughts on Halo being Unreal Engine? Louis finally looks good because his hair used to make him look homeless. Laugh out. Oh, man, here we go again, man. That was like this morning. Someone called me Uncle Fester, Plume, this morning. Someone called me Uncle Fester this morning.
In
Uncle Fester.
on stream or in real life?
And now on stream, they said, "Oh, Uncle Fester," and then TJ. Before that, TJ called me homeless, and everybody was like, "Man, you look good," but man, TJ just had to call me homeless, man. And the other guy called me Uncle Fester, man. That was kind of
Well, now
weird.
you got a haircut, so you're okay.
I'm okay. I mean, as long as I did not have all that hair going around now, when I get my shampoo and everything, it's faster. Not only that, I don't have to spend that much hair just to comb that thing back or organize my hair. But anyways, Plume, let's do the in-flight captain's announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, Louis has turned on the subscribe button. Please store your food and beverages next to your desk underneath the seat or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Also, make sure you've hit that like as we take off. We gently remind that smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, just because you didn't like how Halo looked in Unreal Engine 5 and calling him chubby, I mean not chubby, pudgy, because that was a word, is strictly prohibited. If you have any questions about our fight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our fight panelists. Thank you. Boom, let me shut up the chat and then we'll get the show on the road. Oh man, Malcolm Lax, what's up, brother? What's up, Sourblow? Sourblow, 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 when are you coming back, brother? Come back. Come back soon. Come back soon, bro. Come back soon. Remake Station 5. What's up? What's up? Those other guys are not needed. You guys are the better ones. What are you?
Oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, I
Wow.
agree. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
right.
you.
You're right. We are.
We are the best ones right here. That's true. That's true. I mean, damn. Man, we're gonna get so much slander after that one, man. Boom, we're gonna get a lot of slander from Silent Cypher. That's what we're gonna get. John TJ, what's up, brother? Rachie, how you doing? Need a new romanceable character or a bombshell of a girl like Serena from the Skyrim DLC. Damn, he wants to go romantic on what's it called? On
Starfield.
Starfield. Yes, he wanted to go romantic on Starfield. Man, a lot of romance right there, brother. A lot of romance. Who the hell's Serena? Hmm. For what Skyrim is that? Because there's like 300 Skyrims right now. You got Skyrim Online, you got Oblivion, which is Skyrim 2. You got Skyrim, then another one, then or is it like all the same game? I get confused with all those damn things. Cyber Hunter. He says, "Why are you talking about computers? Right? Just buy a PS5 Pro." Nah, I read. Listen, I gotta build a new PC, Cyber Hunter. So I gotta build a PC, Cyber Hunter, man. I gotta build a new PC, man. I got to. I gotta build a new one, man. My PC's from 2018 to 2019, so it's kind of old, So yeah, I gotta switch that memory, not the RAM. Yeah, I gotta switch the RAM. I gotta switch the motherboard. Gotta get a new microchip, whatever that thing is called. The graphic card is okay. The power supply is good because I bought one recently, so it's 1,000 watts. And yeah, I just gotta do some work. That's what I gotta do. I gotta do some work. All right, let's keep on reading. All right, let's see what it say. Phantom Play Pain plays great on Steam Deck. Oh, it plays great anywhere. Hey, 4K, what's up, Joe Donny Quesada? How are you, brother? What's up? What's up? How you doing? It's Timmy. What's up, Timmy? Edwin, what's up, Edwin? How you doing, man? How you doing? And shout out to the rest of the people here on the show. If you enjoy the show, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell. Not only that, guys, share this out. Let's get more people in here. Man, Plume. Uh oh. Wait.
What?
I just read something. Brittany kept Louis busy in those 4 hours. What 4 hours? No, Brittany did not keep me busy anywhere. Why you gotta mention Brittany? I mean, it's just like Beetlejuice. If I say her name one more time, she's just gonna appear in the damn chat. That's what she's gonna
Oh,
do. She's gonna appear. You'll see. You'll see. Watch. Watch her come by. Hey, Sadness, what's up? How you doing, brother? How you doing? So, Plume. Oh,
yes.
Denani says bless you.
I have just something in my nose. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm gonna sneeze a couple more times. But let's continue.
Let's continue. Let's start off with a takeoff topic, Plume. It's Xbox Series X and S. Now, UK's second best selling consoles in 2024. Really? What happened there? As Nintendo Switch falls away, it just goes away. It's going away because we're gonna get. When the hell they're gonna announce that damn thing, man? Shit, it's been too long. So,
I'm surprised they haven't, but
yeah, I am too.
yeah.
Although Xbox Series X and S sales news hasn't been always the most positive in recent months. Wow, what a slap in the face. A new set of UK data from GamesIndustry.biz shows that the platform is now in second place when it comes to console sales in 2024. So, boom! Question for you. What does Xbox have to do to maintain the second place or to push to finally become number one in the UK, baby? Go.
What do they have to do?
Yes.
Well,
What do they have to do? Seriously. They got to really do something, Bloom.
this is such a hard question because it's like there's that whole dilemma of. I think we've seen many examples of the consoles this generation that people have already kind of established where they play, and it's very hard to pull people away from that. Even when we talk about like exclusives and first party, and a lot of people love to just think that that is the only thing that's going to sell your console. And what we've seen already this generation, even like the last 2 years on PlayStation, right? Like they've had one big first party game that's released, and the console is still selling exceptionally well because people are playing third party games. That's where they've been playing forever. That's where their friends are. So, um, what does Xbox have to do to sell better in the UK? It's a hard one. I don't know. I've just release high quality games, right? That just release high quality games and push it as a huge access point for Xbox Game Pass. Because even if they were to lock like all, if they weren't putting any games on any other platform, I'm still skeptical that it would move the needle as much as people believe it would. And maybe the only game that would move the needle a decent amount would be Call of Duty, but obviously we know they can't do that, right, with the deal that they have signed. But yeah, just quality games. We keep showing as a great entry point to Game Pass. Um, and just continue with the quality of life features. Is one thing that's very underrated about the Xbox consoles, in my opinion, is just how good of an experience it is to use. We talked about this, I think, probably last week as well. Just things with like quick resume and the just overall experience, like downloading where you can select all the different things you want to download per game. It's just very seamless. The play anywhere thing features where the cloud saves. It's a very, very good experience. So yeah, I don't know. That's a very hard question, but I don't think that they will ever be a top seller in Europe. Like it just probably won't happen. What do you think, Louis?
Hmm. What do I think, Plume? I mean, look, right? Because my next question to you was going to be about, do you think like Call of Duty is going to push this console? No, that's going to be the next question. But what do I think they have to do? Like, for example, like how you were saying, just give us like more quality games, for example, from the first party studios. You got to focus on that. I mean, with that Halo Unreal Engine that got announced, we'll talk about this. That's going to be the next subject, right? I mean, we're seeing that they're going to they're going to another level right now. They're going to push Halo in so much great ways that we're just going to be happy to see where Halo's going to go. Because I mean, they had an issue with Slip Space Engine. They didn't have a lot of people that can work with Slip Space Engine. So now, like by moving to Unreal, we're going to see Halo expand, and let's see if that's going to help bring the fans. Now, the question is with this Halo though, is it gonna go to PlayStation or not? Which again, we'll talk about this later. But yeah, they gotta bring us first like high quality games over there. They gotta seriously sit down. They gotta focus on for example, Avowed. If I was done with Avowed, I would just delay it a couple more months and just whip it out with 60 FPS. Pause. I mean,
Yeah,
pitch it out with yeah.
don't whip it out. Yeah.
Don't whip it out. Sorry about that. Sorry, Jack. Yes, I mean seriously. Valve needs to be at 60 FPS just at launch, and the rest of the games need to be at 60 FPS at launch. They really need to sit there, focus on that, and try to deliver 100% of these games at 60 FPS, so people can be happy. That's one of the things, right? And also the marketing, because I mean, Plume. I mean, this morning, I saw the most gorgeous golden thing. It was so beautiful. I
Yeah.
was seriously thinking already, taking the picture with my cell phone, going to emarket.com.do, right? And sell my Series X just to buy that console. Just to buy that one. It was so gorgeous. So beautiful. Just how the gold shines around it. The controller with the leather right on the front, man. Oh, man. Not only that, you get like a big golden thing that you can literally put on the wall. Man, that was gorgeous. I don't know if that was the box, but man, it was gorgeous. And that's the Indiana Jones Xbox. I
Yeah.
mean, I was like, wow, if these guys can actually put it for sale. Same thing with the Deadpool controller. Same thing, with the Marvel, when they showed the Marvel Xbox. I mean, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm like, they seriously, they just will never learn. I mean, I don't understand because back in the day, back in the 2013s, 2014s, I mean, they used to do that a lot. I don't know what went wrong. And then we got like the rap thing, but the rap, we have not seen anything anymore. All I know is that it only did Starfield, but other than that, what else has it done? Have you seen a Halo? Have you seen a what's this girl's name? Have we seen a Hellblade? Have we seen a Redfall? We have not seen any more raps. We have not seen nothing. I don't like seriously. It's like, damn it, do something. So they did some stuff like that because I know they did a damn SpongeBob concert, right? And it sold out. That damn console sold out. It's sold out. When I was looking already for it in Best Buy and it sold out. I was gonna get it because I'm not a big SpongeBob fan. But hey, they gotta do something. They gotta seriously do something. Not since they're number two, right? And like I was saying, well, the next question is Call of Duty gonna do it, right? They gotta release a special edition Call of Duty console. They gotta release like a special edition thing, or at least slap that game on there on the box, right? So they can start selling those consoles out. And they got to do a special box for it too. I don't know if you agree with me. If Call of Duty can help them push to number one.
Yeah, so I do think Call of Duty will have an effect even if it is multi-platform, right? Because
Yeah.
we've seen it have the effect already between the 360 to the PS4. Just how big of a change that was when Xbox had the marketing rights to when PlayStation had the marketing rights. That's how powerful of a game it is. So I do think Xbox now owning Call of Duty, even though it's on PlayStation, but being able to market the game on the box, being able to market on TV, everything for Xbox, I mean, that will eventually push it. Now, there is that whole question of the FTC and the marketing because we are seeing the marketing be different, right? We're seeing on Xbox's own channels that they are
Yeah.
saying Game Pass and they're putting the Xbox logo all over it. And you would think on the Call of Duty channel they would do that as well. You'd think anywhere anyone sees this game, there'll be an Xbox logo on it. But I feel like with the whole FTC marketing thing for at least a little bit, the best case scenario for Xbox is Xbox logo on Xbox branded stuff and then no logos on just the generic ads where previously it would have just been splashed with PlayStation everywhere, right? You remember last generation, every time Call of Duty came out, it was like play the beta on PlayStation first, get this extra content on PlayStation that you won't get anywhere else, like all the exclusivity stuff they tried to tie to it. So Xbox is not doing any of that, which puts them with the whole marketing thing in a little different spot. But they could just put Call of Duty literally on the Series S and Series X boxes, like just the logo, and say play it with Game Pass, and get like a month of Game Pass or whatever when you buy an Xbox or however long they give you in the box, whatever it is. I know there's like a voucher for something. That will, I think, help push more console sales for sure because it's just that powerful of an IP, that powerful of a game.
I mean, Indiana Jones, Plume. Indiana Jones, Plume. We got Indiana Jones. I mean, Plume. Plume. How many? I mean, there's even pirated movies of Indiana Jones that were hilarious. I mean, this is a famous freaking character. I don't know if it's as big as Star Wars, but it's a huge character. I don't understand why don't they take advantage of Indiana Jones. They have to take that advantage, but they seriously need to sit there and say, okay, let's take advantage of this. Let's release like a special edition console, special edition box, so
Yeah.
people can go out there and buy 2 terabytes, cost $600 or whatever. And trust me, people will go insane. I mean, that console's so beautiful. And Plume, I don't know how many times I've been going to that raffle. I've done the raffle like billions of times with the Deadpool one. I did the raffle. What was another? It was like a bunch of consoles that had raffles on them. But the Marvel one, I did it too. No, I don't know anyone who said, "Yay, I won." Have you heard anyone
Yeah,
say
no, no, yeah,
that?
you're not winning, Louis. This one's even weirder because you have to wait until there's like an in-person event where you can win the console, and then if you don't win it there, there's like they're doing an online thing on Bethesda's social account. So it's like the chances of winning this are 1 in a million, right? So
Oh dear Lord! Oh dear Lord! Oh man! So I gotta. They seriously need to sell this, especially I mean that controller with the diamonds on it.
oh yeah,
Oh
that's
my!
awesome.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That is.
I don't know why they do this.
I
It's
don't know what.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. Seriously, it's getting ridiculous. They gotta stop that. They gotta seriously stop that. They
Because like
got.
how much more money is it to a cost to produce a paint job on a console,
I
right?
mean,
Like
I
it can't
mean,
be that much more expensive.
unless if they did the Louis Vuitton concert. You remember that shit? Oh my God!
Yeah, yeah.
It was like $20,000 for the damn thing. No, who the blue hell's gonna? You see, and not only that. Here's the funny part, right? The funny thing about all this, that one was for sale. You could literally buy that $20,000 damn console. You can go and buy
Yeah,
it, but these ones are not on sale. I don't get you,
yeah, and
Xbox.
Raichi makes a great point in the chat. He says, "Just give a copy of Call of Duty with each console. People will need to go buy Game Pass to play online, anyways." And that's actually very true. Yeah, I would. I don't know. Maybe it's just because this is the first year, but like they should absolutely have a special edition Call of Duty console every
Yep, they
year,
should. They
just like
should.
with the new game packed into it as well, right? Where you get the full version of the game. It's not the Game Pass version, and then people will go to subscribe and they're like, well, should I just pay for online or do I just pay like a bit more and get Game Pass Ultimate, get access to all these other games, right? I feel like a lot of people would just opt for Game Pass Ultimate, at least for a little bit. So they should absolutely do that. I don't know why they haven't, and it could be FTC stuff. We don't know. Maybe in the next year or in the next few years, we'll see more of that type of marketing with the console itself.
Yep. Yep. Boom. Let me go in real quick and let me read that super chat. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Rachie with a beautiful and an awesome Canadian $2 super chat. He says Xbox needs to pray for the Switch 2 doesn't release. Oh man. I mean, wait a minute. Let's call it the Fitch. The Fitch 2. I don't want to get sued because Nintendo's suing everything right now.
Hey,
So I don't want to get sued.
Nintendo's going to sue alarm clock companies very soon.
Very soon. Yes, sir. They're going to sue. Man, Plume, I saw that this morning, Plume. And I was like, okay, this was cool. But when they said 100 smackers, I already told you guys my thought about paying $100 for a damn alarm clock. I mean, you gotta be crazy to pay $100 for a damn alarm clock just to see Mario saying, "Yoo-hoo, let's go!" Nah, hell no.
Hey, it tracks your sleep movements, Louis.
It does
High
what?
tech. It tracks your sleep movements, apparently. Like
So,
how well you sleep, I guess. I think that's what I read.
so not gonna go there. I was gonna ask another question, but not gonna go
No,
there.
yeah,
I
no.
paused.
That's
I
fair.
paused right there. I was literally thinking. So if it tracks your sleep, can it? Chat, should I go there? Tell me, chat. Should I? Oh, man, I want to ask that question. If it tracks other, I mean, shit, I want that. I don't want nothing tracking my movements in bed. Hell no. What the hell?
Well, yeah, you probably shouldn't get it, Leah. It's probably not a good idea for you.
No, that's not a good idea for me. No, no, no. I do. No, no, let's not go there. Let's not go there. So 4K asked Lou, did you get a nice new haircut for Britney? No, I did not get a nice new haircut for Britney. No, I didn't. I did not do nothing for Britney. And I'm not mentioning it again because again, it's gonna be like Beetlejuice. He's just appeared. So no, no, no. I'm just waiting for her to say just because all she does is go in the chat and she puts those big eyes and they're like, yo, yeah, I'm here. And then I gotta warn her because she goes too extreme. She goes too extreme.
She's probably in the chat right now. She'll
She's
be
probably
here.
in the chat right now. You think so? You think so? Boom!
She'll be
I got one question. It's gonna be a little bit off the topic. One question for you.
all right.
How did you feel when you saw Alien Isolation 2 be announced? I want to hear your thoughts on that. I don't know if you played Alien Isolation because tell me how you feel about that
Well, you're not. It's not going to be in depth. I haven't played the first one, so I don't really
one.
have too many thoughts. But I think it's cool because I know a lot of people want this game, and it seems like it's kind of like a cult classic. It's not like it wasn't huge, right? But there is a strong fan base for it.
Yep,
Cool.
and I know why. I know why.
It's a horror. It's like horror, right?
Yeah. Oh
Not,
man, listen.
yeah.
I bought it again on PC, right? Because I told the guys I'm gonna play it on PC. I'm gonna stream it. So Sourblow, since you're in the chat, I need two things. I need I need a thumbnail for Aliens, and I need a thumbnail for a horror game I'm gonna play on October 31st. So that way I can schedule that sucker in. So that way when I schedule it in, it's gonna be for October 31st on Halloween. And yeah, I don't remember the name. It's called Chuxi, something like that. I forgot the name of it, but I bought it on Steam for like $6, and I bought the Alien one, right? I told the guys because I'm trying to beat this game. I don't know how many times I try to beat it. I sat here trying to beat it so many times. Let me turn my Xbox off because it seems like I'm really slow. So yeah, just turn off the Xbox, turn off the TV because I'm building business in Metal Gear. So yeah, it takes like 4 hours to build. So yeah, so every time I played it on Xbox, like literally, I kind of through it, but then it gets to a point where I see another game, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it and play this game and never go back to it. So now I promise myself I'm gonna play it on PC, so the guys can see me, so they can get the good laughs, me being scared, like, oh my god, stuff like that, because people enjoy that stuff, right? So I'm gonna play it on PC just for them. So I had some beef with the guy who gave it a bad review because for the first time when that game came out, right, that was the review I read, and back in the day, in the early 2000, like it was like 2014, I still believed in IGN. I was one of those suckers that still believed in IGN. I seriously did. And that guy gave it a review of 5.9. So a year later, where I figured out that IGN, I can look at the reviews around the world, I looked at UK review. They literally gave Alien Isolation like the game of the year of that year. I was like, oh, in the UK they gave it game of the year, and this mother gave it a 5.9. And then, right? The days go by, and I finally find out who gave it the review. And he has not responded to my messages. I was like, dude, did you actually see Alien 1? I mean, you need to understand because when I read the review, it was complaining like the revolver had a hard reload. Did you see the movies, Plume?
Yeah.
Okay, how is Ripley in the first one towards the second one? I mean, did you see her change? Did you see like how she changes towards the second one?
I forget. I'm not like a huge fan of them, but yeah, I forget.
Okay,
You tell me.
so Ripley in the first one, what you see is Ripley's not much of a badass. Ripley's kind of like the
Yeah.
scaredy cat. So she was trying to escape this monster. She literally had a flamethrower, and what she knew that the flamethrower did was scare the alien away. But you never see her like go face forward, let me torch this fucker and let me kill it. She never did that. All she did was try to scare it away. So she wasn't really that tough until the second one when she sees the colonial marines, shooting the aliens and torching them. She's like, oh, I can do this. And that's where she actually had the guts, to go in and do what she did, which I don't know if you all seen it, but you all, I seriously, chat, if you have not seen it, you got to watch the Alien franchise up to 3. Do not watch Resurrection. Please don't. No, no, don't watch that shit. But yes, Ripley becomes a badass in the second one. She does. I mean, she's not that afraid of the alien as she used to in the first one. So basically, the game was pretty much grabbing the essentials of the fear of the first one, and that's why this girl, when you were using her, which is Ripley's daughter, she doesn't know how to shoot well. She doesn't know how to reload. I mean, you got to get the training to reload fast on the revolver. It's not easy. You got to put 6 bullets in there, and it takes you a while. You got to seriously train for that. So it's the first time grabbing the gun, and like I said, this man gave it a bad review because he got killed by the alien 100 times. I'm like,
So is it a hard game? Like,
it
is it
is
actually
hard.
hard, or you
I
just have to
mean,
learn the mechanics and then it's fine?
Plume, do not play with the microphone. Don't play with the microphone on because it has that option like to turn on the microphone. So the
Yeah.
Xbox when it came out with the Connect, right? I was like, okay, let me connect this with the Connect. Let me listen so it can pick up the sounds and everything. But I did not know how sensitive it was, Plume. I did not know how sensitive it was. So I was hiding in the locker, while the alien was trying to look for me while hiding in the locker. Man, Plume, you know, sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do. So I literally had a little tummy, kind of like a little tummy ache, and I was like, you know what? Let me let this one out.
Wait, wait. So the
What?
mic, if you talk into the mic while you're playing the game,
Yes,
it
it
alerts
does.
the
Yes, it
Oh
does.
wow, that's
It alerts
awesome. I
her.
didn't know that.
It alerts the alien. So
Can you turn that
literally,
off, or is that a feature
yeah,
you?
you can turn it off. You can turn it off. I figured that out later. So what I did was I lift up my leg. I let that sucker out. Go, boop, and all of a sudden I hear.
Oh
I was like,
wow,
what the hell? Because of a fart? I'm taking this thing off, man. No, 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 no. Never again. Never again. Never again. But yes, either way though, the game is fabulous, man.
that
You
sounds
feel
awesome. Yeah.
you feel the tension, you feel the stress, and if you're a big fan of the movies, it feels great. I mean, literally, it just you when you wake up from the sleeping pod, you go out, you type in the computer, it feels great. It's
So why
such.
did why did IGN give it a 59 then? Maybe tell me that. Hey,
A
it's actually
5.9, a 5.9. What did they give it? Because I don't know. I don't know. I mean, seriously, I try to have a conversation with this guy live out there on Twitter, just trying to say, hey man, let's have a decent conversation. Nothing wrong. Just asking, did you actually watch the first movie? He didn't respond, right? So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was like, so and when I found out he was the guy, I said, so you're the one who gave me the bad review, man. I wanted to say a couple things, but I control myself because of
it's
him. I had to wait
yeah.
like a year later to buy it, thanks to him.
It seems like an anomaly, that review score, because if you go to Metacritic, it's like 79 and
Yeah, it's good.
8.3 from users. So it's
Hmm.
obviously far better than that review.
It is, and that. What do you think people are asking for this? Right? People are saying we want part two. It's been years people asking for part two because it was so well done, so well written. I mean, it's awesome. It's an awesome game. It's an awesome game. But hey, can we do? That's what you get. So moving on up, Plume. Moving on up. Moving on up. Let's talk about everyone is being sued, Plume. I mean, seriously,
Uh,
everyone is being sued. We got Ubisoft being sued,
yeah.
right? Ubisoft being sued because they were giving Meta, what's it called?
It's the they're giving they had a pixel that you can attach, right, to like
Yeah.
your store that tracks people's information, and
Mm-hmm.
they were giving that information over. It was a Facebook pixel, and
Yeah.
Meta was getting that information, which they didn't indicate to users when they were signing up to Ubisoft Plus or to the Ubisoft Store,
There you go.
making an account.
So Ubisoft is getting sued. Roblox is being sued for lying about their numbers. You
Yeah,
got
I'm not surprised about that.
And then you got Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh my god! And you see chat. Whenever you see these fanboys saying those Xbox numbers look funky, why isn't Xbox getting sued? Because they're not lying about their numbers. Period. So Nintendo sued Power, Nintendo sued a mod chip seller, Nintendo sued an emulator,
Did
Nintendo
you
sued everyone.
did you see that mod chip seller, how his response was? That was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
he said he was going to go to court without a lawyer. Fuck that! I'm going to court without a lawyer.
He just said denied to their to the which it's brave because Nintendo wins, so I don't know what he's gonna do, but we'll see.
Hmm. I mean, I hope they televise that court case. I would love to see it. That would be a funny
Yeah, that
court
would be
case to see.
hilarious.
That would be hilarious. So, Plume, what in the blue hell is going on with the industry? That is my question. With all these lawsuits, what's happening? Everybody's suing everyone. What's going on?
Yeah, it's been a wild year. It's been a while, a couple of years. The whole it's not even with suing. Yeah, I mean there's tons of those out there. But did you mention Bungie one as well?
Yeah, Bungie did get sued. I
Bungie,
did
yeah,
mention it. Did I put Bungie? Oh, I forgot to put Bungie. Bungie got
yeah,
sued too for
for
copyright
their
infringement. I'm like, oh Lord.
yeah
Oh
for
man.
the Red War. DLC or
Red
something
War
or
DLC, something
expansion.
like that. When was that DLC come out? Did it come out now or did it come out a couple years ago? I don't
It's
know.
yeah, it came out a while ago, I think. I don't know. I haven't played Destiny 2 in forever, but they got sued and there's I don't know, it's just been a crazy industry with layoffs and this
It's
stuff going on.
I
And
mean, now
you
you got Nintendo for patents, suing Power for patents, right? I don't understand why, because everybody's been copy pasting from everyone for years. I
yeah,
mean, so you're telling me that Rockstar can go sue your Zelda because you copied their open world? They pretty much started the open world thing and they made it popular. So Rockstar can sue anybody for. Oh, I mean, I don't understand what's going on with all these lawsuits. I mean, it's every it's like every single week a new lawsuit comes in. New lawsuit comes in. I don't get it.
yeah. No, I don't know. It's wild. So I don't know how many like it'd be interesting to see like what the end results of all these lawsuits are, right? Because there's so many of them,
Yeah.
but what do they lead to is the question. Because
Yep.
it's obviously like smaller guys going after the big companies. So I wonder what their success rate is on these
Yep.
lawsuits. But yeah, it's been a crazy. Today was crazy with how many that did get reported.
Yep, and not only that, you also got the big lawsuit on PlayStation. That's like a $7 billion lawsuit to PlayStation, a 5 point something million dollar euro, something like that. A
Yeah.
$1 billion euro. I mean, the PlayStation said, oh my god, now they got Bungie. This is they got Bungie, so basically it's PlayStation that's getting sued. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. It's just
Yeah.
it's nuts. It's nuts out here. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. Anyway, Blue, moving on up. Let's get into the real awesome subject because, man, I wanted to talk about this with you. I said, let's sit down and talk with Plume about the future of Halo is being built with Unreal Engine 5. Microsoft is moving its Halo development to Unreal Engine 5 after more than a year of rumors, right? We've been talking these rumors for like, what, 2 years now, Plume? I don't know. It's been a while. Of an engine switch following a leadership overhaul at 343 Industries layoffs, right? And other changes. 343 Industries is now becoming Halo Studios, which is awesome. I'm glad they finally, that's it. I mean, I was gonna throw in some slander in there, but no, I'm gonna be nice today, right? Like someone didn't know what 343 meant, but okay, at least I know. I mean, there's Google. All you gotta do is search.
Oh, was
Simple.
that Destin? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny.
I mean, I understand, right? I mean,
Well,
there's
I
so
don't even. What did he even say? Just
he said that he didn't know why the studio was called 343.
really? My
I
God, I don't
mean,
like.
I
I don't know
mean,
how that's just the like. It's anyways. He put an
I
apology out, a joke apology on Twitter after as well.
no, no. Not only that, he did a video apologizing for what he did. He literally went out and did a video about this. I was just laughing. I was laughing. I was like, no, 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 no. I can't believe you said this. I mean, dude, if you had a doubt about something, you have the best search engine in the world sitting right in front of you. I mean, you have a PC. You don't have to look at an encyclopedia. You don't have to look at a newspaper or an article or like to find something to go to a public library. Now you got a PC. You got to say is why the name 343 on 343 Industries. Okay, oh, it tells you right there. Oh, 343 was named because of this. Oh, okay, now I know. Okay, that's it. But he literally said, I don't know why it's called 343 Industries. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, bad, but that was okay. Let's keep going. 343 Industries is now becoming Halo Studios as part of this engine change announcement, hoping to mark a new chapter in the history of Halo. Plume, question to you, sir. How did you feel when you saw the Unreal Engine rumor actually come true? I mean, how did you feel when you saw that beautiful scenery, Plume? How did you feel when you saw how Halo is looking now in Unreal?
Um, so this rumor has been going around for a while, and they showed it off, and I thought it looked really good. Like from the stuff that they were showing, even Master Chief himself, yeah, he's a little bulkier, but it's a throwback to the Halo Combat Evolved armor, right? Like that's what
Pudgy!
that yeah, the pudgy. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
pudgy. Yeah, pudgy. But Bloom. I mean, I don't understand what's so wrong with a Master Chief looking pudgy because I mean, I'm a pudgy guy. So if I wear the Master Chief suit, I could be a pudgy Master Chief, and I could kick ass just like Master Chief being pudgy. I mean, I understand what's wrong with being pudgy, but okay, keep going, Bloom. Sorry about that.
um, yeah, I thought like from what they showed off from their Project Foundry, it looked very, very good, very detailed. Um, I'm pretty excited as to what they are going to be able to accomplish with Unreal Engine 5. And I think overall, like it is just it's a smart choice for ease of development. I mean, that was the major issue with
Hmm.
Flipspace and Halo Infinite, right? Was
Yeah,
content.
yeah, yeah. They had a lot of problem with Stitchface. It's like no, like not a lot of people could work for Stitchface, so it was like only a few people that could, and not only that, it was like a hard engine to work on with. I mean, it was just hard
Yeah.
for it
And
was
and
hard for.
they had to have full teams upkeep that engine, right? They had to update themselves. They had to make sure it was working, all that stuff because it was their own in-house engine.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you get to eliminate all of that. Which I
Yep.
think on top of being able to develop easier and there's tons of studios at Xbox now that are using Unreal Engine 5, you're gonna have expertise across all the studios be able to share with each other and help like fix problems in Roblox whenever games are in development using Unreal Engine 5. And I think that's a huge plus. It's smart because I think you want all your studios, or at least a lot of your studios, working under the same engine so that if there are issues, if somebody needs to go help out on a game. Because if you remember when they acquired like Bethesda, and one of the things that they talked about was the potential of employees or developers at different studios helping other studios
Yeah.
if they want to, right? So that alone, I think, is a big advantage that they're going to have now going forward. And like if they can develop games in a shorter time period, I think from Halo Infinite until now, I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure this is the longest we've gone without like any sort of major news about Halo or any sort of like release of any sort. So
Yeah.
it's if I think Halo is a franchise where you can have tons of spin-offs and you can have a game every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah,
No
I agree.
problem.
I agree with you there. I agree with you 100%. I'm really happy they actually did the switch. And to be honest, so here's the thing though. This is like pretty much like something they sat down, worked on, and say, okay, let me show you like a brief thing of, like what can we do with Unreal Engine. That's what I saw. I don't feel like this is gonna be like the last product, like the last finished product. I think there's like more there's going to be more developing into this. It's probably going to look way better than what it did on that trailer. They just give you like a brief like thing, like how nice, for example, the scenery looks, like how much better the Master Chief looks. Because I'll be honest with you, I was amazed with everything. The like scenes from the flood, scenes from like the what's it called, the surroundings, the water, everything. I was like, wow, this looks beautiful. One of my favorite scenes, and for me that was awesome. And I said, they really, really, really need to make Master Chief more badass than what he is. He needs to be literally this Master Chief needs to be Doom level badass, not like gory and stuff like that, but it needs to be Doom level badass. And that scene when he turns out that energy sword, you see like the shine going through the
Oh,
screen.
it's
Oh my god,
great.
that was epic. I mean, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Right then and there, I said, this is amazing. I didn't care if it looked pudgy because I'm a pudgy guy. But hey, I got muscles, kind of like Hulk Hogan, but I'm a pudgy guy. But yeah, I mean, it looked beautiful. It looked beautiful. I'm really happy, I'm really stoked about this. I can't wait to hear more deep down. What else are they working on? Seriously, I want to
Yeah,
hear.
and the it's funny because that one shot of Master Chief, um, where he has the energy sword, he doesn't even look pudgy. He just looks like his armor is bulky.
Exactly.
Anyways, but it's a throwback to the Halo. It's the Halo Combat Evolved. Like that's
Yeah,
the armor, right? That's
and
the Halo Combat Evolved
I
armor. So
mean, Marcus Phoenix looked pudgy back in the day in that armor. He looked pretty big. He looked kind of pudgy. Even Marcus Phoenix looked kind
yeah,
of pudgy. Iron Man has a pudgy armor. It's called Warhammer.
yeah. But
Yes.
and then there's that other picture of him fighting the elite with the pistol, and
Yeah.
he doesn't look. He doesn't
Yeah.
look pudgy there. But it's even like the zoomed in shots of the pistol looks so good. And what I'm actually really excited about because I thought Halo Infinite was a great game
Yeah.
overall. And right now, multiplayer is amazing. It's been amazing for years now. People still complain about it, but it's been very good for a long time. But the campaign, I really enjoyed. It was really fun. Gameplay was phenomenal. The actual map that they had built was really good. But the biggest disappointment to me was just there was no more biomes. And there were supposed to be more biomes. Like, that's pretty clear now that they kind of gave up on the campaign way too early way too early on. They could have built out a bunch of stuff and made it epic, and that's probably because of Subspace Engine, right? So I'm
Uh,
really excited to see what they showed off with like the flood and the winter, and I think that'll
Yeah,
be cool.
because that was gonna be my next question. My next question was gonna be today we found out because we found out about this today. Project Tatanka was canceled and the Halo Infinite 2, right? It was all that stuff was canceled. I mean, and you already answered that. I guess you're gonna miss the Halo Infinite story. I mean, if they don't keep on working on it, I guess you're gonna miss it too, right?
Well, I want to continue the Atriox story, right? Because he did
Uh,
the end, right? You're kind of left on what's next. So
you're left on a cliffhanger. Ah, I
I'm not
mean,
gonna. Yeah,
Gears of War, the fifth one, kind of ended up in the cliffhanger, didn't it? I mean, and so
yeah,
then I rebooted it. I'll be honest with you, Plume. You heard me saying this, and I said it many times that since I saw E Day, I said Halo needs to be rebooted. Halo needs to be rebooted, come back to its own way, and let this be Halo's 343. I mean, instead of being Halo, because everybody always said Halo is Bungie all the time, right? But it's time like to put that Halo to a side and just leave the Halo Bungie, be the Halo Bungie, and now this has got to be 343's Halo. Go back to how it was, start from the beginning, and keep on going. Keep on going from the beginning. Add more stories, but because now you can literally, like I said, you can open more up to the universe. Because I mean, with Halo Infinite, I don't know how much more can they go. Because after you take down Atriox, what's next? I mean, what's gonna happen next? I mean, this is a good way to restart, introduce new enemies, introduce new stuff into the game that you can literally do something about it. And not only that, start fresh. I mean, I'm really
yeah.
happy they rebooted the series. It was time. When something is rebooting, it needs to be rebooted, just like Gears of War. Because one of the things that people got mad about Gears of War is when Dom died. That's something that really got them mad. And not only that, after that, we got Gears of War 4, which they introduced robots.
Yeah, see, with Dom, I don't know if I didn't get mad. I love Dom, but I think that the way
Uh,
that Dom died was one of the most epic video game moments we've ever had. Like the way he went out was phenomenal, and actually, I thought actually did him some justice. But maybe that's just me. I thought that was like that's an iconic scene, right? When Dom dies. So, but yeah, like I'm okay with them rebooting Halo. I don't care that much, but I just kind of would have liked to see. I was excited about Halo Infinite and the expansion of that world, if that because that's what they had promised us. I was excited for them to see them expand it out and give us more content on in that universe. But I wonder what they're gonna do with the reboot, right? Because the rumors are is it's just gonna be they're it looks like they're remaking Halo CE, like
yeah.
based off of what they showed off. I mean, why else would they go with that original armor? But it looks like that's what they're hinting at. So are they just gonna remake it and just we already know the story. That's not really a reboot, right? So I wonder how what they would do because technically wasn't Halo Infinite technically supposed to be that spiritual successor, that
Yeah, that's very
soft
true. Yeah.
reboot of
Mm-hmm.
Halo?
Supposed
So
to be.
they're yeah. So to me it's like, okay, well if you're going to reboot it, what's next, right? Like start from scratch, like I'm just it'll be interesting to see what they go with.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's gonna be super interesting. It's gonna be super interesting. It is. It is. I mean, I'm really happy that they're starting from the beginning. And not only that, Plume, they're also working on multiple projects. Let's see what else they can bring in. Plume, speaking of those multiple projects, my next question is: what games would you like Halo Studios to make with the switch to Unreal Engine 5? I mean, what games they can actually extend to? Where can they go to like bring in new to the table into this Halo Infinite? And chat, I want to hear your thoughts. Seriously, chat, tag in with this one. What games would you like Halo Studios to make with the switch to Unreal Engine 5? I mean, what can they add to the story? I mean, seriously, go ahead, chat. Say, I would love to read your comments. So, Plume, give me your thoughts on that.
Um I think they can go. So I think the one thing a lot of people have been talking about, which I think is a very good movie, even though I'm not the biggest horror fan in the world, would be like a flood game, right? Like a horror flood game. I think
Yeah,
that's no brainer. Like do that. They need to have something in that world because people have been craving the flood for a while. It wasn't in Infinite, and they want it back. So I think that's a no brainer. And just like I wouldn't mind just seeing more Spartan teams. I mean, that's a whole universe that can be explored. get different Spartans. You can have spin-offs. Like they've done it with ODST. They did it with Halo Reach. Like I would love to see more games like that. Halo Reach to me is one of my favorite campaigns in the entire series. So if they can if they can just give us some more great stories with different Spartans as we lead up to the mainline Halo game, where it's just this epic Master Chief story, that's exactly what I would want.
I agree, man. I agree. I mean, I'm 100% there with you. I mean, we need this. We actually do need this. We need this,
Yeah,
for them to expand that story, give us a horror game, at least with the flood, because I mean, we saw in the series, right? Right. I mean, that scene where we actually see the flood play in that scene. I'm not gonna talk a lot about that scene. That was like a scary freaking moment. You're like, wow, look at all these people. These people like turning into zombies or something. Something's happening over here. It got real funky. And I was like, man, it would be amazing if they actually can pull off like a horror thing. Kind of like, but don't give me like a horror like Shatter Space. No, I don't want a horror like Shatter Space. No, 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 nothing like that. Because
yeah,
I hate those games where they get like I said, where they show you a trailer, like, man, this was kind of scary. This was, I mean, you get the vibes, kind of like Callisto Protocol. When I saw, it, I was like, man, this is the thing, vibes. I can't wait to play this. And when I played it, it was more like, yeah, come here, you monster. I'm just gonna blow you up and that's it, or whack you. That's it. No, 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 no. I want scary. I want like a pop up, just coming in there, like, oh my god, oh, run away. Weird movements. Like the character reacts, stuff like that. I want that. I want that those scary things, in a video game. And so
yeah.
if Halo goes horror, that will be an amazing thing. Um, because really they can do so much, especially you don't even have to put the Master Chief, like you said, spin-offs. You can put one of the characters, no more like human, just going through that game, just being all scared. You get the Halo weapons, but she's not like Master Chief. Doesn't move as fast as Master Chief or anything, or he, whoever. I don't care. But as long as you get that freaking, like, for you to be scared, it would be freaking awesome in that tense, that situation. That, oh man, I gotta shoot through all this and these monsters popping out of nowhere, scaring the heck out of you, and making it a good story. I mean, hands
They
down,
they,
hands
they
down.
should just make a lock from Halo 5 game and
Uh,
redeem his character.
Lock, Lock. Which one was Lock? Who's Lock?
The main guy you played the main when you weren't Master Chief.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. I see. I see. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I did not
He
know
was
that
a
because
like he was cool at first, but his character I found in Halo 5 was just super boring and like not good. And I
yeah,
think a lot of people that was one of their biggest complaints too with Halo 5. So they should redeem that character in some way and make a game that's like just badass so people like him and just see what the reaction. Although I don't know how well that would go over with a lot
yeah.
of fans.
Because Halo 5, you asked me about the campaign. I don't seriously remember jack shit. For me, that was the worst
Yeah, it
campaign.
wasn't good. It was their
It
worst
was a
campaign.
bad campaign. I just remember those scenes where you got into the base and then you talked for like a minute, and all of a sudden you walk forward, you ended the mission. I was like, nah. I
Gameplay
mean,
was fun. Gameplay was
yeah.
great, but the story it was yeah.
Hmm.
And the whole thing with Halo 5 too, which was the whole marketing leading up to the game that made you think it was going to be this crazy hunt for Master Chief and like you were going to be Master Chief on the run and you were going to go through a whole campaign just trying to survive, which it kind of was, but it was like it was nothing like that. That was so disappointing because Halo 5 I think had some of the best marketing materials that we've seen, and then the game just fell flat or the story just fell flat.
Damn, damn. I mean, I don't know, Chad. What do you have to say about this? I mean, I seriously want to hear your thoughts about this one because it's interesting. I mean, with Halo, there's so much stuff they can do. That they can literally like bring new monsters, bring new cool stuff into this thing, bring new aliens. They got to do something amazing. They got to do something amazing. I mean, can you imagine that they could do a spinoff like Master Chief meets Doom Guy, and they go out there and just slaughter everything on the world? I mean, who's the bigger badass right here? Like a slaughter match. I mean, seriously, there's so much stuff you can do with Master Chief. So much stuff. So much stuff. So much amazing stuff you can do. So
Yeah,
much stuff.
and he is like I guess you asked that we didn't get to talking about it. I don't know if you were going to continue on it, but he is Xbox. Like Halo is Xbox. So
Hmm.
what do you think? What do you think about this rumor about it going to PlayStation 5? What do you think that means? You care?
Ooh.
How does it affect Xbox?
I mean, look, right? We all know that Xbox has changed the way they are working right now, right? We all seen that they changed like their method about how they deliver their exclusives and how they put things out there. And to be honest, though, they're trying to grow that user base. So if they release it, if they do a day one, okay. I mean, there's a lot of people is going to be out there just mad, going nuts about it. But I understand why they're doing it. But at the end of the day, if I was them, I would seriously just put it on Xbox first and then wait a while to push it out forward because this is like your main game. This is your main game. This is your big title. And it's your biggest franchise out there because I was talking about this morning, kind of like Gran Turismo is PlayStation's big franchise. Out of all the games, Gran Turismo is the one that most sold on PlayStation. So that's the franchise game. So they should wait a while, then release it down the road, to PlayStation. At least keep the fans happy for a little bit, But at the end, I understand they need to pull in that player base in there. Try to get the player base from PlayStation to jump in Halo to get those numbers up, and which is not a bad thing because I understand what they're trying to do. I understand, but in the end, release it, but wait a while. Don't get them too furious, because it'll be kind of sad to see it. I mean, how would you feel, Puma, if they announced like day one or for down the road?
Uh, yeah, it's like you can tell I'm having trouble answering this one. I keep, but it's like iconic Xbox, right? Personally, like when it comes to other people playing games on other platforms, I actually don't really care. Like it does not matter to me. But it's just I feel like with Halo, they need to, if they're gonna put it on PlayStation, the next big game that does come out, it can't really be that. I think it's got to be like they're gonna test it out with a multiplayer portion of the game and put that on there. Maybe bring over like the Master Chief Collection or something, or at the end of the life cycle of Halo Infinite, if they wanted to put the multiplayer on PlayStation because it's free to play, right? Like that would be a way to test it out and see what the market would be like there.
Exactly.
I'm sure everyone on PlayStation wants to play Halo. Like they want to play Halo. I mean, they're gonna pick it up. It's gonna. I think it would be a huge success on the platform itself. But like for the next mainline game, I just don't think you launch that day one on PlayStation. If you're gonna put it on there, I mean, they're putting Indiana Jones right, and they're
6 months
releasing it.
later.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think at the minimum that's what you do with the next Halo. But
Yeah. That's how I
what?
see it. Not only that, give us a cool special edition console. Give us a cool controller. Give us cool stuff. Make something wicked. Awesome, fantastic. And not for a raffle. Let people buy it. Because we want to buy it. We want to spend our money, Xbox. We want to. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are you gonna say, Boom?
No, yeah, just yeah. I mean, that's how they do it. It's funny how that was like one of the main talking points too, right? After we got the whole Xbox Wire thing with how cool that looked, everyone was just instantly like, "Oh, it's going to PlayStation." But just because they're using Unreal Engine 5 doesn't necessarily mean that. There's many other reasons why you want to use that engine rather than just to put it on PlayStation.
Because in the end, I mean, they even said it. I mean, when you sit down and you read, which is interesting, the reason why they did it for Unreal is because they can get more developers to come in, help out. They can
Yeah,
work on multiple projects. So basically, we can see Halo come out every 2 to 3 years. I mean, if they can make Halo kind of like with Call of Duty, every 2 or 3 years, give us something cool, give us something amazing, a new campaign, or kind of like do what they planned with Halo Infinite, right? Go little by little, give us like campaigns, like campaign DLC thing, add more to the story. Then they don't seriously like let's sit down and redo this whole thing from top to bottom or nothing. So yeah, they can get more help, multiple projects. They can make Halo into a big freaking studio, kind of like what
yeah,
Call of Duty is. And so yeah, I mean, I
that
don't
makes
find
sense.
it wrong. I mean, they made a smart move. Now the question is, what's gonna happen with that multiplayer though? Because it's a slit-based engine. I mean, how are they gonna do that switch though? Hmm.
Oh, I honestly think they're just gonna cut off Infinite at some point.
You think
Just stop.
so?
I think so. Honestly, I think they're just gonna start from scratch and keep it up for it won't be like right away. Like I think the Infinite will be around for another multiple number of years, but there'll be a point where they will probably release the next one and then player numbers on Infinite will just fall off dramatically, and then they'll announce like, okay, we're shutting it down, type of thing.
You ever shut it down? Because here's the thing, though. But what happens to like all the microtransactions and everything you bought? Will they come to?
Yeah,
I mean, those are questions we need to be asking. Those are questions we
that's
need to be
yeah,
asking. You know?
that's the whole digital era though, and the whole games as a service for like every game in the industry, and that's a major thing. Like there was something that just happened. It was just earlier. I got sent this article. It was about Hotline Miami 2 on PlayStation. So apparently, if you bought it, it's being taken away from you because it did not get a proper rating from the Australian Classification Board. So they have to remove the product. So and it's a digital game. It's a digital game. Like there's nothing you can do about
Hotline
it.
from Miami. What the hell is that about? That sounds like a bow chicka wow wow thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like it's like an
You're
overhead like old school style game. It's pretty
oh,
popular actually. Hotline Miami. Yeah, yeah, you
let,
can
let me
see.
let me look for what that is about because that sounds like a bow chicka wow wow thing. You know?
Yeah, it's
Hotline.
not. Well, I mean they're
Ah, well, you I mean you shoot people. Hey, it looks pretty cool.
yeah,
Oh, okay. I've seen this. I've seen this. I've seen this. I've
yeah.
seen this. Yeah, it's kind of like that game Party. It was Party something. It was like a 2D game, kind of like that. Party something. It was an amazing game that came out last generation. I played the heck out of that indie game. It was so good. Oh my god! Like you were the killer in the party. You had to murder people. I don't know if you played it. Oh man, what's that game called? It was amazing. I highly recommend it if y'all never played it. They even did a part two. Uh, let me look for it. Let me look for it real quick. Let me see. Game where you party and you're a killer. Game where you party.
what what did the result? I would be. What's the results that are gonna pop up for that? It's probably gonna be like,
Oh, it's called Party Hard. That's the
oh,
game.
okay,
That's the name of the game. Party Hard. Party Hard was an amazing indie game. If y'all not played it, y'all need to play it. I had so much fun with that game. Too. It was a fun game. It was a fun game. It was called Party Hard. I think they did a part two. It was real fun. You were the killer. You had to like in the party. You had to like kill people in certain ways and do it kind of quietly so they couldn't figure out that you're the killers, call the cops and everything, because you're basically you're this guy in a room and you got wake up from the sound. You can't sleep because of the damn party, so you wake up and just go on a killing streak. It
yeah.
was a cool game. It was a cool game, real fun game, real fun game. But yeah, Plume, moving on up to the east, moving on up. Let's talk about this film because man, I know you want to tackle down this subject because man, we've seen what happened over the weekend. Ubisoft today got sued. Ubisoft is a major problem. I mean, Plume, we even talked about this, right? We talked about this in private. I said, Plume, what's going to happen if Ubisoft literally just disappears? What's going to happen to the whole ABK thing and everything? And now all of a sudden we see that Tencent is interested in buying them. Oh crap! What's happening out here? So the thing is, the title of this subject is going to be Xbox versus Tencent, the real titans in gaming. Why? Are they titans? Because it's just the way their tentacles are spread, and the way that Xbox, right, has been trying to expand that cloud, trying to get everywhere just to get people, to enjoy the cloud, putting servers pretty much all over the world, and Tencent, the way it's moving, and the way it's been putting their money into pretty much everything. These guys started in 1998, right? They're partners with Microsoft, right, to get Windows in China, which I seriously did not know until Purple Haze told me about this. I was like, this is freaking. I was like, no way. Are you serious? It's like, yeah, they're partners with Microsoft. Not only they're partners with Microsoft, they're also partnered with Nintendo to get their consoles over there in China. I mean, they are everywhere from Epic to
Aren't they?
Ubisoft, Crafton, From Software, even Wukong, Plume, even Wukong, the developers with Wukong, which we saw how much power they had when bosses from other countries, I mean, not other countries, other companies, told the employees take the day off to play the game. I
Yeah,
was like,
that's
what?
yeah.
That's
Well,
that's that's powerful. I
when it's
never seen
like
that.
well, Louis,
Hmm.
it's a
It's what?
with when you're in a it's a communist market. It's a communist country, so they can just push whatever they want, right? They can ban whatever they want.
Oh, I know
For
that. I know that. I know it's a communist country. They can ban whatever they want, but it's like that is basically like this is the only way to go in, right? It's China. You got to
yeah,
either be a partner with one of these big companies, or if not, you're not entering my country no matter what. It's literally like kind of like that. So
yeah,
I'm pretty amazed on how far these guys have gone. I mean, like I said, they're in Epic, they're in From Software, they're in Ubisoft, which we all know what's happening nowadays with Ubisoft. I mean, so it's been a crazy joyride just listening to this. And not only that, since Wukong happened, right, with the whole situation of Wukong, we even saw they said this out of their words. We're gonna start pulling away from other studios. We're gonna focus more development into China. That for me was like the warning bell because well, this game came out. I think it was Visions of Mana because there's Trials of Mana, there's Legends of Mana. I think it was called Visions of Mana. It came out, and a day later, after Tencent announced we're going to start pulling away from these developers, right? The studio immediately shut down. One of the studios that co-developed in this game. I was like, no freaking way. I mean, this is how powerful these guys are. It's insane on how far their reach goes. It's crazy, and they've been doing secretly. They've been quiet, doing secretly. Like, let's invest over here, let's invest over there, let's put more money in here, let's put more money over there. I mean, with Wukong, they only had like a 5%, boom, 5%. 5% pretty much invested in that thing.
yeah,
5%. And look at everything they done with Wukong. I mean, for Wukong made 40. The game was made with $42 million budget. It was announced today. I don't know if that's true, but amazing. $42 million budget just in that game. With I mean, with Sony would have taken them 200, 300 million, but with Wukong was just 42 million.
yeah. It's pretty impressive.
That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah, and it's I haven't played it, but from all accounts, it's a very good game. So
Yeah.
they definitely knocked it out of the park on that one. Because if it was my question with Wukong is if it was a bad game, and we know, like you said, people were told to take off work, and the game was highly pushed marketing from what we understand in China. Like it was, everyone knew about it, and it was brought to the forefront for gaming there. If it was a bad game, I wonder would it have still sold as well? That's the thing, right? Because if they would have pushed it with the same amount of marketing, told everyone to play it, would they still sold as well, right? But luckily, it's a good game, so that was impressive.
Yeah, it was. It was impressive. So, Plume, my question to you is with Ubisoft going uh, with Ubisoft going through a tough situation in a situation, what's hold on, let me reread that because I pretty much typed the question bad. Oh my god, going in a tough. I mean, with Ubisoft in the tough situation they're in, right? That's going. What do you think? Let me see. That's going to. You think? Oh my god, I've seriously typed this wrong. Oh my god. I mean, let me read you the question, right? Plume, with Ubisoft going tough in the situation that's going, right? Do you think Tencent will go on, go in and purchase them? I mean, okay, with it, in the tough situation that Ubisoft is in, do you think that Tencent's going to go through with the purchase 100%? That's the question I was going to ask.
Um, I think if you look at Tencent and what you explained it very well, kind of what they do, right? Like
Yeah,
you look at Tencent, themselves, they don't actually make. They make games. There's no games that I'm interested in that Tencent themselves actually makes. It's a bunch of mobile stuff. I guess they own 100% of Riot, but they went out and purchased Riot, and Riot has some massive hitters.
Riot
But
is the one with the one that's overhead that you run around shooting things.
oh, they got everything. They got Valorant. They got League of Legends. So
League of Legends, yes, League of Legends. That's the one.
and
League of Legends.
Valorant's massive too. In
Hmm.
in FPS. So Riot is like they 100% own them, and that's they got some big hitters there. But if you look at other stuff that they've actually created, it's like just a bunch of mobile garbage with microtransactions and gotcha mechanics and nothing at all that I would be interested in the slightest. But like you said, what they do is they go around and they invest a little bit here, a little bit there, and they're very, very good at finding companies that will end up being something big, like Game Science, right? With Wukong, very,
Yeah,
very good. They own 5% of Game Science. They didn't develop it; they gave them money.
the
Hey, go
money.
make
Yeah,
this game,
and they market it like
and
crazy too. Jesus.
yeah, they knocked it out of the park by investing in them.
Hmm.
And the other thing, from what I understand, is that they can kind of pick and choose. Like they know like when a company we'll invest in them and we'll just wait for them to like kill themselves so that we can get it for cheap. Right? They can
Exactly.
see when a company is going downhill, and that's kind of what they did here with or have done so far here with Ubisoft. If Ubisoft doesn't find a way to bounce back, um, my thing is, yeah, I think they will end up buying it if they can. Like if they go, they take they can't actually just buy them out or anything. They can't sell their shares, from what I understand, until like 2030. They can't do a hostile takeover until 2027. But what I believe is they can go private and then just buy out the company. So
Jesus, they can just like right in there, just buy out the company. No, I mean, if they do it privately, can the regulators like jump in and say have a say or no?
I believe so, yes, but I'm not sure. Like, I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not the expert on that side of things, but I believe that's how they would end up going about it. But then again, you're right. Like, there's the whole regulators things they would have to keep in mind. Do they even want to go through that? Because wasn't there like a report a couple of weeks ago that they were trying to
Oh,
reduce their interest or their stakes in Western countries and Western developers, and wasn't that a thing that they were thinking about doing? So maybe they don't even want anything really to do with Ubisoft where their games sell a lot and stuff, right? So
yeah, because like I said, I mean, a couple of weeks ago there was a report, right? They were gonna start pulling out from investing out there in the West, right? They were like literally gonna pull out from all the other studios and just focus on their studios in mainland. Because I mean, look how well Wukong did.
yeah,
Wukong did amazing. I mean, they made a ton of money off of Wukong. Not only that, also, I mean, to be honest, they don't seriously need to expand. They have 568 million players over there in China just themselves. 568 million players just out there in China themselves. But
it's a
it's
yeah,
it's a big gaming market. I mean, there's 1.3 billion people living in China, and nearly half are gamers. Nearly half. That's insane. And Plume, guess it just appeared in the chat. I
yeah. I
told you,
saw that. I saw it.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, man. I'm telling you, it's
Shouldn't have said,
Beetlejuice.
shouldn't have said her name.
Shouldn't have said her name. Brittany, I know you're in here, Brittany. We were talking about you earlier. So, Brittany, since you're here, keep it G, PG, no P13 or R, okay? Keep it chill, all right? Just in case. But yeah, bringing it back to here though, it's insane how much these guys have gone, putting their tentacles pretty much everywhere. Their movies, like when you turn Top Gun, the new one, you see Tencent.
Yeah, they have a big yeah.
They have, I don't know how much companies are investing in China. That's another thing. I don't know about that, which is something I could find out tomorrow because I'm going on the Purple Haze show and we're going to talk about this. But it's interesting how far they have expanded. I mean, they started with the WeChat and then they moved up to another one. I mean, they've done so much investment, which is insane, insane. So
Yeah, and sorry, just to finish finish off. Like, do I think they're going to buy? And the other thing I would say is there is the thing here about the Guillemot family as well, right? Like, well,
yeah,
do they want to sell? Like, do they really want to sell, or do they? Because this is their baby. This isn't like Activision Blizzard with
uh,
Bobby Kotick and stuff, right? Bobby Kotick was just a CEO. It wasn't. He worked there for a while, but it wasn't his company from the ground up. The Guillemot family built Ubisoft from the ground. So do they actually want to? They want to give up their baby that easily and just be bought out by Tencent? That is the other thing, right? Even if they need the money, maybe they're so crazy they want to just run it into the ground and keep trying until they can make it. So
I
that
don't
would be
think
the
I,
other thing.
I don't think they're gonna keep trying because the thing is though, Plume, it gets to a point where investors start asking questions like, "Where are we gonna
Yeah,
go?" Because I mean, they released Skull and Bones, right? Which
yeah.
was a big boo boo because I said with Skull and Bones, you know how it would have become popular and they would have smacked the damn remake of Assassin's Creed Black
Well, they're
Flag.
making that too.
Yeah, they're
So,
making it separately, which is stupid. They should have just added them together and said, "This is Black Flag, and this is the multiplayer we wanted for Black Flag. Go." I mean, I would have bought Black Flag and replayed that game. It's
yeah.
a well-deserved remake right there. Because why? Because it came out in the Xbox 360 generation, and even though it got to one, which is okay, right? But again, being remade, just to see sail those ships, take down the other bad guys. I mean, Black Flag was it was the for
Yeah, it
me
was phenomenal.
it
Phenomenal.
was the best game. It was the best for me. I know everybody likes the Ezio, but I love Black Flag. That for me was the game. That was the Assassin's Creed game I enjoyed the most because you sold on ships, you hunted for animals, you hunted for fish, or went fishing. caught big sharks and all that stuff. I mean, even the sharks looked wicked in that game. Everything looked wicked. It was on the dot. You got to swing from the ship to jump into the ship, have sword fights, modify your ship to fight these big ass. I mean, it was just beautiful, 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 beautiful. It was never boring. It was, and even though it was open world, it was really freaking engaging. You always have fun in Black Flag. So by you doing that and putting Skull and Bones on it, you would have sold even more. But no, they just want to. They want to do the Sony thing, right? Which is really irritating. It's tiring, right? It's a tiring thing where they put the game out, no multiplayer, and then we put the multiplayer out and charge you $50 or $70. I mean, shit, we're getting tired of that propaganda thing. I mean, if you're gonna put multiplayer, put it together. If not, screw you. Because at the end of the day, we're just not gonna leave what we're playing here multiplayer. You just jump over here because not only that, charging us $50, $70. You're insane. You're insane. It's you gotta do it like a one hit wonder like they did with Helldivers. But yeah, it would have been good because I hear a lot of good stuff about Skull and Bones, right? I hear a lot of good stuff, but at the end of the day, if they would have put Black Flag to it, it would have been a better sale. It would have been a better sale, and people would have enjoyed more. And that from that, they would have grown Skull and Bones even bigger. And actually, Sea of Thieves could have had a competition. But hey,
Yeah, it's crazy that they even still released Skull and Bones, to be completely honest, with how long
yes,
that game
how,
was in development
I
and
mean, it was
how
like
they just kept going. Like this, they could have canceled Skull and Bones like years ago after the first couple of delays when it was supposed to come out. And probably saved a ton of cash on that, but they just said no, we're gonna push through. We're gonna make sure this game comes out.
holy shit! It took
I don't.
11 years, Plume, to develop. 11 years,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
and I don't even know how many people are playing it. Like, because it's not on Steam, right? I believe it's one of those games that's only in the Epic Store or the Ubisoft Store. I don't know what the player numbers are, but it could be okay. But I'm not
Let's
sure.
let's look for that. Let's make this interesting. Chat, let me look for that. Let's look for that. How many players bought Skull and Bones? All right, let's
Oh,
see.
it is on Steam. Never mind. I'm wrong. So you can look at the
Oh,
player. You can look at the Steam numbers.
it's only Bones attracted just 850K players.
Yeah,
That's all
it's
Skull.
like it's be interesting to see what the loss is on Skull and Bones. I'm sure it's pretty high.
Let me check something. Black Flag. So I want to check something. Oh my god! Now I really want to kick their ass. You know how much Assassin's Creed Black Flag sold, Plume?
10 million.
11 million, Plume. 11.
I was close. I guessed. But I was
You
close.
were real close. 11 million. They would have engaged 11 million players with Skull and Bones right on the dot with Black Flag. Oh
This is
man,
the yeah. This is the thing. Assassin's Creed is their bread and butter, and I know a lot of people are thinking like, oh, they need to branch out and do more things. But I think they tried to give different experiences to people with things like Prince of Persia, Lost Crown, um, Immortals Phoenix Rising, like games like that. They even have like another Prince of Persia game, which is smaller but it's side scroller and stuff. Like they've tried giving people different experiences,
hmm
and they don't sell. And Assassin's Creed sells. Like that is it's basically what Call of Duty is to Activision to Ubisoft. And I just feel like they're releasing like they said 10 AC games in the next 5 years or something, and it's going to be
which
all
was
different things.
crazy. Which was crazy too. 10 AC games. Why?
Well,
But
they're gonna have like a mobile game. They're gonna have like they
oh
have
yeah,
a VR
mobile.
game they release, like all that type of stuff. But that's because the reason is because it's the game that they can put it out really anything and it will sell well just because of the title. Like
Yes.
you'll see, like Shadows, I think is going to be very good. I know there's all this like stuff behind the game that they've messed up with, but I still think Shadows will sell um, very well.
Yep. So Plume. My next question is, I mean, I hope so it sells well, but they really need to polish that game. They can't release it like they used to because that was another thing though,
Yeah,
Plume. I mean, Ubisoft has been in shambles since 2014. Down the dot. They've been in shambles since 2014 after they released Watch Dogs because they showed you something that you were amazed. I mean, I was one of those guys that fell into that trap because when I saw Division, I was like, look at this game. Man, I can't. I want to see the Snowdrop engine. I want to see two beautiful things. Let me go get it. I went. I mean, seriously, when I saw this, I said, let me go buy an Xbox One right away. Whoop. Went over there, got my Xbox One. I was like, let me wait, let me wait, let me wait. When I got the game, I'm like, wait, this wasn't what I asked for. I mean, what I saw. What the hell's happening? Oh my god! I was just,
I
oh
they've yeah they release massive games, and the thing is, like, it's obviously harder to make when you release big games like that for it to not have any bugs or errors and stuff. But they also employ 20,000 people, which is probably way
jeez.
overinflated for what they need. Um,
Exactly.
I will say though, Star Wars Outlaws, I'm just gonna throw this in here, is a very good video game, and they did an amazing job building that world. I know there's a lot of like internet hate on that game, and I feel like it's a lot of people who have actually played it, but it is a very good video game that unfortunately again didn't sell nearly enough as it needs to, at least for now.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
because
the Steam release will help it out, but
they went nuts charging that. They went nuts charging that much money too, because they even increased the price with that game. What was it? $130 was it for that game?
yeah, that part's ridiculous. I don't get that. But if like if
Yeah,
you're just getting the regular version, you're paying whatever the
yeah,
regular price is. Yeah. I think they do that honestly, and it's a stupid business move. I don't know why they think this is gonna like be smart, but I think they do it because they're trying to get people to sign up to Ubisoft Plus for their subscription. So it's like, oh, you're gonna spend $170 or spend $20 and get the Ultimate Edition, right? So
yeah. It was
I
insane.
think
I
it's
mean,
smart too.
that was one of the things. It made it expensive. Not only that, they did not take, because here's the thing though, right? You get all these games with all these titles, right? They really thought that with just having a Star Wars game, right? Having a Star Wars game, like, yeah, it's Star Wars. People are gonna go in there and buy it. Dude, I mean, you should have taken notice that the world, has changed with the money and inflation. Because Plume, you know what? This morning I cracked down. I said, you know what? Let me do some search, right? Because I don't want to go in, and throw a lot of heat with Sony, because I know that until dawn, sales are actually less than Concord. They're less than Concord than the release of
Until Dawn?
Yes, until dawn the remake,
That's
because nobody.
surprising. Why the hell did they even remake that game? It didn't make any sense.
Exactly. I don't understand, but yes, that happened, right? That happened.
Yeah.
So I went in there and I looked for Zelda, the new one that it released. It's been 11 days, and Nintendo in 10 days or 11 days already got 5 million or 10 million already sold. That
Yeah.
game it hasn't even hit the mark yet. It hasn't.
Wow. 20 it's gonna sell like 20 million probably.
Probably would, but but in 10 days already Nintendo has already sold 4, 5, 6 million
Yeah.
copies. So I was like, what? Let me do a little bit of search, because I said let me just do a little research on this, and it did not sell well. I mean, it was like, wow, this game did not sell well. Zelda, Legend of Zelda game did not sell as well. Interesting, interesting. I mean, they have not showed the numbers yet, but probably tomorrow or 2 more days they'll probably show it. But literally in 10 days or less than 10 days, I mean, those guys sell 5, 6 million copies right away. They do, they do.
Nintendo, they have mastered the market. Like
Yeah, they have.
we
They
always
have.
talk about Xbox and PlayStation first party, but like Nintendo can literally put out literally anything, and they'll sell millions upon millions upon millions. They can put out a
So
game that gets 5 out of 10, and they'll sell millions and millions and millions.
so this is from 5 days ago, right? This is what I searched. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom sales are off to a strong start. That was it. They literally sold just 210,000 copies. That was it. 5 days ago. Just 5 days ago. I mean, that game should have sold a shit ton already. It should have.
Until Dawn?
Legend of Zelda.
Wait, how? What did you say? It sold only? I thought you said it sold 5 million.
No, 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 no. I was telling you that Nintendo usually, when they release a game, in 10 days already, they usually hit 5 million or beyond 5 million mark. They usually do that.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
been 11 days since it's been released. Literally, it's been like 11 days, right? Or 9 days. I don't. Oh, it came out September 26th, and only like the last numbers it showed was 210,000 copies that they only sold from Legend of Zelda, which is weird though. It's like I
All right.
said.
I take back what I said. I guess they haven't mastered the market. I thought you said they had sold 5 million already. I was
I,
like, oh,
I, I wish
crazy.
they did. I wish they did, but no, they didn't. They didn't. So yeah, like I said, we're right now in an economical situation, right? All of us are, and Ubisoft just releasing that game to that much of money. Jesus, I mean, they went nuts. Not only that, because they thought that, yeah, this is Star Wars, they're gonna get it. I mean, they should have done a little bit more with the character, to fall in love? Because I heard, like, for example, like her stealth moves aren't like really that cool.
Well, so this is the thing, right? I've put like 40 hours into the game so far, maybe
Okay,
even more than that. Like
all right.
the beginning missions, they're heavy stealth. I mean, there's stealth throughout the entire game, but the beginning missions, what happened was they made them difficult.
Oh,
They made
okay.
them very difficult. So people were getting annoyed because they were very difficult. They're like the first 2, 3 missions where um you're going through an imperial base and like it's you have to be on you can't just you have to make sure you're aware of everything around you. There's cameras, there's stormtroopers walking around. Like it is very difficult, and that I think turned a lot of people off right off of the start. And it's
Yeah,
unfortunate because then they went back, they updated it, and then they made the beginning missions easier and everything. The thing is, once it's one of those games, and it's kind of annoying when games do this. I will admit because it doesn't, I would say, respect like the gamer's time very well, but once you get through that beginning time, the beginning first couple of missions, and you, and I found that they were okay anyways. But like once you get through those stealth missions and you start exploring the world that has been built in Star Wars Outlaws, it is very well done. Like the world is really good, the exploration's awesome. Like there's
yeah.
so much good to this game, and I feel like with the reviews where they messed up was they only gave reviewers about a week to play it, so you had everyone rushing through the main campaign and then neglecting what I think the joy of this game is. It's the exploration side of things, especially if you're a Star Wars fan.
Uh, damn, damn. But what can we do? So, Plume, my next question is, and this is going to be an interesting one, right? We talk about, okay, here we go. If Tencent does buy Ubisoft, what would happen to Xbox Cloud Gaming that they have integrated in? I mean, what's going to happen with that?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a clause in that they would be able to shop around, but and like give and license it out to somebody else. But yeah, that would be insane if Tencent got the Xbox Cloud gaming rights. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think that's the situation that Xbox wants to be in. And plus, there was a report that Ubisoft has already made all their money back, and they're just like cashing in now on that deal. So it's in a phenomenal deal for Ubisoft.
yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, it's going to be a phenomenal. They got Call of Duty on there. I mean, how is
Yeah,
that not phenomenal? That's beautiful.
yeah, and that brings us to like the Xbox versus Tencent thing that was in the um title originally. That is kind of where this market is going. Like they are going to be major rivals because of how big they are, spreading their tentacles into so many different studios and games and stuff. And as publishers, they're both going to be massive, right? So it's going to be a big competition between them two, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a big competition because we got Tencent, right? They're big in cloud. Basically, they're big in cloud. I mean, if you, I don't know if you've gone to the website, you can literally like develop on their cloud. You can sit there and develop games too on the cloud. You can develop stuff on the
Yeah,
cloud. I mean, I went in there and searched for like a lot of stuff just to read about the company or what does it do and everything. They have a shit ton of stuff already. They have. So with the whole situation with Microsoft, right? I mean, because with the CMA, what they push them to do, to sell this to Ubisoft. I mean, shit. What's gonna happen to that? I mean, how are regulators going to handle that situation? Because I mean, damn, I don't know what's gonna happen. Because one of the things, Plume, that I seriously wish it just did not happen is we're gonna have to talk regulator talk, right? We're gonna have to go back and being lawyers. We're gonna go back and being all the stuff we were with the whole ABK deal because at the end of the day, we have Microsoft in between this deal. How is it in between? Because Ubisoft owns the cloud. So what's gonna happen? I mean, how are the regulators gonna handle this, or does Microsoft take it back and keep it to themselves because okay they did it to please the regulators, so do they get to keep it to themselves and regulators can't say nothing? I mean, how is this going to be handled? What do you think?
yeah. I don't know that's I'm not sure, but if they got to take it back to themselves, they're probably more like they're probably happy that this would happen then, right? So they wouldn't have to license it out to another organization. I'm not, I have no idea how this would work. I actually have no clue. But
Yeah, this is
um
messy. This is
yeah,
messy.
maybe they take it back or they have to negotiate with somebody else. Maybe the deal gets broken and there's some sort of clause that if the company is sold to different ownership or something, then they get to renegotiate a cloud deal. Who knows? But yeah, it's again like if you're Tencent, that's a big thing to have to one of your probably bigger rivals out there for publishing games if you're owning
Yeah.
their cloud.
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna get messy, Plume. It's gonna get messy. That buy goes through. It's gonna get messy. It really is. It really is. I mean, I don't know how the regulator's gonna handle this because man, it was a mess with the whole ABK deal. That was the only way the CMA could let this deal go through if they actually sold like the cloud over there in Europe, to get them like to get what's it called? Now my head just left right there. Oh my god.
Raichi says Plume already has 2 years of lawyer experience from talking about ABK for so much. Yeah,
Man,
like
we all do. Shit.
I put that behind me. I put that experience behind me now.
It's
It's
tiring. I mean,
exhausting.
it's tiring. I mean, when I saw this, I was like, oh man, now we got to listen to 8 hour long podcast again. Now we got to listen to we got to read what even Florian Muller. Florian Muller even activated his tweets, which is awesome because I love Florian Muller. Right, he's a cool guy. But man, already reading through his tweets, and I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. We're gonna have to read Florian Muller. We're gonna have to read Post Up again. We're gonna have to read pretty much everything that goes down. Listen to whole law for 8 hours. If there's like 200 pages, we're gonna have to read the 200 pages and then listen to another guy talk about this. I mean, it's gonna be insane. We're gonna have to go through this all over again. Oh my god, that was so tiring, Plume. So tiring and stressful because I mean we did not know what was gonna happen. We were stressed. We're like, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna finally acquire it? Or are they not? What's gonna happen? Because the situation that was happening in ABK, we were actually rooting for it to be acquired because we wanted to get out of that situation. Wanted to just leave out there. Let's get out of here. But damn, it's tiring, Plume. It's tiring just thinking about it. It's tiring.
We just wanted
But
those Game Pass games.
yeah, yes, yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted those games to drop in the Game Pass, 100%. Oh, everything ABK, baby. That's what we wanted, right? So, Pooh, it moves me up to my last question, which is, where can Tencent and Microsoft compete with China having 568 million gamers just there alone? I mean, how in the blue hell are these guys going to compete? Because I mean, look, they're partners, but yet they're kind of not well, partners, but they're kind of enemies, right? Especially they got to go not enemies, but they have to go out there and battle this out. They got to battle this out because you got Xbox with 500 million active users, which we saw after they have Bethesda in there, they have ABK, they have Xbox, and the rest of the stuff, right? So how are they going to go and compete? Because just Tencent alone being in China, I mean, how can Xbox just go out there and compete against these guys? I mean, how are they going to expand, that cloud over their market to get there? I mean, should just Tencent keep the cloud, or I mean, seriously, what's going to happen? Because if they let Tencent keep the cloud, Tencent is going to be, using their technology, and they're just going to go way bigger than what they are. I mean, they're going to pretty much become a big ass Microsoft in the end of the day if they can, because it seems like these guys are big. I mean, these guys are making mad revenue in gaming, pretty much in general. I mean, these guys are doing so freaking well. Like I said, 1998 they got founded. It took them, let's see, how many years? Almost 27 years. Look where they're at. I mean, how can Microsoft compete against them?
I mean, they could definitely compete against them. They have deals like where they can sell their Xboxes in China, and like you said, Windows is there, right?
Yeah, Windows is there, but that's by
Oh,
Tencent because Tencent's partners with them. They gave them that permission. Yeah, let's go. You can go.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
sell
So
Windows here.
yeah, so unless Tencent says, okay, we're gonna cut off Windows, right? Like Xbox would, I would assume, still be available. I guess I don't know how locked down Windows is, right? Is it just like full version? I don't know what it's like in that market, but
Let's look that up real quick. Let me see. Microsoft Windows in China thanks to Tencent. Let's see how deep this thing goes. Microsoft China announcement explains the deal. Windows users can install mobile apps on their PCs. It quotes Tencent Beep in Shantao expressing his enthusiasm about the size of the PC market and plans to help developers to ensure their products run on Microsoft's OS. Hmm.
you say they can sell mobile apps.
You can install on mobile apps and let me see. Users can install mobile apps on their PCs. Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
See, that's the thing. I don't know what Windows is in China, right? Like, so.
One of
Is the
Microsoft's
Xbox app
biggest
is the Xbox
competitors.
app available on Windows in China, right? Like, I don't know.
I think it is. Let me see. I'm just looking for those. One of Microsoft's biggest competitors is now part owned by the Chinese government, which is
Yeah,
Tencent.
Tencent has a major CCP influence in that company.
Jesus
Other thing.
Christ. Jesus Christ. Tencent has recently seen the Chinese Community Party adopt a golden share in the tech giant. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
So
I mean,
that's the other thing too. Yeah, like like that's the thing
I'm,
is like everything we own is Chinese, like our phones, everything, right? So you can't really get away from that. But
you can't really, no, you can't because they work for real cheap. I mean, look at Wukong. Wukong costs 42 million. While Sony, when they make a game, it costs them 200, 300 million. It's incredible. And look how beautiful that game is.
yeah,
That's a beautiful game. I mean, I've seen clips on it. I've not, played it yet because I'm
well,
waiting.
but yeah, and like that's the example. Is like, can an Xbox compete? Yeah, they could definitely compete. They'll be very competitive everywhere around the world still. So I think I don't think there's going to be a huge issue of competing. But Tencent obviously has that huge advantage of the Chinese market, where like their games will obviously get the major pushes there when they put them out, right? So they get the billions of people that game there. They get access to that, where Microsoft and Xbox obviously won't have that same sort of access.
Oh, because here's the thing, though. I'm just looking for the information. Tencent is also the world's largest company in the video game industry on its equity investments. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
yeah, heavens, they invest literally like if you look at
That
everything they've invested in, they're massive. But
I mean, just the title, the rise and rise of Tencent. There's nothing like fall. There's the rise and rise, nothing else. The rise and rise of Tencent. I mean, literally, there's so much articles like to read about this company that we never focused on it, and it's interesting to sit here and focus because we, like I said, we just saw what they did with Wukong. I keep every single day understanding how powerful these guys are. I mean, they literally broke Steam in one day. How many users played Wukong? Like 2 million in one day? Was it 2 million users just one day? I mean, they did break records in the video game industry, just them
yeah,
alone.
and
And
like
this,
yeah, like Sotness or Sotinus says it like exactly. It's yeah, building good games is important, but like it's not when it comes to Wukong, it's not just because they built a good game. There's a whole like
Mhm.
narrative surrounding this around like the culture and the culture war in China and everything that added to this game blowing up as big as it did.
Not only that, if you got the Chinese government backing you up, man, I mean, shit. It's like how I said. I mean, Plume, workers. I've never seen that in history. Like, okay, I'm working today. Oh, Wukong's releases here. Have the money, go buy it. They go buy it. Just go buy it. No worries. We'll take it off your paycheck, but go buy it and go play the game for the rest of the day. Go finish it. Go play it.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen here ever.
What? I mean, the
You know?
only way I can play video games at home, right, is if I get sick or if I go to a meeting and it gets too late, and I'm like, there's not no point go to the office, just go home. I mean, that's the only way I can do that. But literally just sitting at home, right? Sitting at home because the company told me here, have the money, go buy the game.
Yeah. And Ubisoft, the biggest publisher in Europe, one of the biggest publishers in the world, right, for gaming, and
Yeah.
their history in gaming, like whether you like Ubisoft now or not, is kind of irrelevant to the fact of like how important Ubisoft has been for video games since its inception. So, um, it would be massive if they did own them. And then you have to think about like what I would be most concerned about is just like what are they going to do? Because this isn't just an ownership thing now, this is full ownership. So what are they going to do with the games? Are they going to turn them into those gotcha microtransaction?
That-
I know there's microtransactions already in Ubisoft games, but like even more, like what are they going to do with the games?
That's going to be an interesting question. I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, not only that, like you said, they have a big workforce, and it's insane with the big workforce they have. They cannot
They're going to
deliver.
cut half of them. They'll be
I
cut. There'll
mean,
be
I mean, I know
10,000 layoffs.
there's going to be thousands of layoffs. I mean, we're talking layoffs now. If that does get purchased, I mean, there's going to be a massive
Oh,
layoff over there.
it's gonna be insane. They're gonna be trimmed down massively.
Yep, they're going to be trimmed down, and not only that, they're going to be doing a lot of crunch because at the end of the day, I imagine Tencent's going to be like, hey. we need to deliver these games in a great quality. Because I know they deliver Wukong right on PC is in a good quality, but not the greatest, but it's a good quality. But on PlayStation though, it's awful. The
Yeah.
quality on PlayStation is awful compared to
Well,
PC.
it's also because PC is the main platform in China, right?
Yeah, PC is the main platform in China, but it's insane though. I mean, imagine that if it was released on Xbox.
Well, mobile, I guess would be, but yeah, if it was released, yeah. Then there's that whole thing, right? Like, why you're asking like they work together, but they have deals together, but they're also rivals because they signed a deal for Wukong to not be on Xbox, right? From what we
Yeah,
understand,
because
they
I
obviously
mean,
are competing with them.
I don't know. Like I remember when that whole thing happened. We heard it was a deal. Then we hear it's Then we hear it was a problem with the console. Then we hear it was the Series S. Then we hear that they're not developed.
Always a Series S.
It's always the Series S. At the end, they always got to mention the Series S. But it's always something. It's always something. But at the end, it comes back to they made a slimy deal. But with who they made the slimy deal? Because we did not see Sony like with who?
There, there's
With who?
it's from what we understand, it is with Sony for
I
not
mean,
putting it on Xbox, just because they didn't market it. Like, there's so many different, like, people think that they know how these deals are made, right? But these are big companies making. They probably have so many different ways that they make deals that we don't know about behind the scenes, right? Sony, like, what I think happened with Sony was just like, or
hmm.
Game Science was like, "Hey, this game's not going to be ready for console." And Sony's like, "No, we need this game ready. We need it now because we have nothing to. We have nothing first party coming out, so we need this on our console. Here's a bag of money, and we will help you get this game ready as long as it releases on PlayStation first."
Hold on one second. I'm looking for something. Let's read the console in China. Nintendo, Sony Group has struggled Chinese audience. Sony, who's the partner for Sony in China?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure people have to buy their consoles through Alibaba or something.
But Sony does have a partner. Who is it? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's that information I gotta look for because I mean, it could be because here's the thing though, right? There could be like a deal Plume, there could be like a deal, but it all depends like who is Sony distributing their console with. Because I know Nintendo is with Tencent, right? I know that. I know that Nintendo's with Tencent, right? I know that. And I know Xbox is with Tencent, right? I know they're with Tencent, right?
Yeah.
With the Windows distribution. Now, who is the one who's distributing for Sony? Whether it's a NetEase or who is it? I mean, we got to look that down because probably they made a deal, but they didn't want to They didn't want to let Sony market it because this is a 10 cent pretty much game. Even though they own 5%, but it's Tencent wanted to market this, and that's what they did. They literally went in China, marketed this game. I mean, there's so much questions that we just don't know. That seriously, we gotta sit there and do some digging. And the thing is, to dig for this, it's hard. It's not simple. It's a hard dig. You really, really, really gotta type in a lot, trying to figure out like where can I get this honest information? Where should I get it? Because there's just a lot of crazy sites out there, right? You gotta
Yeah,
really
it's very
dig.
hard.
It's a bunch. It's a bunch. Like for 10 cent, I actually hit a website that it was really good. I even read it on my morning show, and we use that for example for this show because I mean it basically explains how Tencent, put its thing everywhere. Not only that, they did not mention everything. There's a lot more in Tencent than what we saw. So we really gotta dig. Same thing with Sony. We gotta know who Sony's partnered with in China, right? Or and to see who actually distributes their console. Because if it's a competitor to Tencent, then I understand why Sony did not market this game as much. You know,
Yeah, I
or
don't know.
it's
I don't know how to you get a PlayStation 5, but
let's see.
AliExpress or whatever it's called, Alibaba is that's what I was
Let's
reading, that
see
people would buy it off of that.
who
I could be wrong.
distributes.
Like, that's just stuff that's not facts confirmed, right? So
Let me see. I'm doing some digging. I'm doing some digging. It's gonna take a while, but man, I don't know. Doesn't say. I really gotta dig. I really, really gotta dig how they are selling those consoles over there. Interesting. Sony's joint venture company is the Shanghai Oriental Pearl Group. Well, that was in 2014. Like I said, you really gotta dig. This is something you gotta really dig to see who is right the main distributor over there in China. Who is it? I mean, that's an interesting thing. Like I said, because at the end of the day, right? Um, Furthermore, in cooperation with Modian.com and business partner Shanghai Rental Pearl. There you go. This is from 2014 again. Man, I seriously got to do some digging. Maybe it's them. It's still them. Pearl. What's it? What am I trying to say? Oh, kind of left. Pearl. Ah, but yeah, I mean, we gotta really do some digging because then I hear that in 2020 they actually shut down the stores, because of the COVID. But yeah, I mean, we gotta seriously search now Shanghai Oriental Pearl Group. Let me see who those guys are. But yeah, we really gotta dig on this. But to be honest, though, we gotta get ready for this because at the end of the day, this is where the competition is gonna happen. This is where competition is
Yeah.
gonna start. I mean, the competition is gonna be in software. Now, it's not gonna be any more hardware. We're gonna start sooner or later to talk about software competition. That's what we're gonna head to because the
Mm.
hardware sales. I mean, we saw the decline on this. We saw it this year, and we're seeing it's starting to decline because people are just trying to find a simple way to play these games instead of carrying this heavy hardware because it's getting heavier. I mean, like for example, today I searched how much the OG Xbox went. It was 7 pounds, boom. Now this Xbox was like 13 or 14 pounds, and the PS5 weighs 18 pounds. I mean, shit, they're getting heavier. I don't know what's gonna happen next gen, but they're getting heavier, Clint. They're getting heavier. But yeah, I mean, they're looking for ways to attract more people to play their games, mobile,
And
everything.
like like you gotta sit back. Like a lot of the games that we play, even in like AAA space or just on in the consoles, like Tencent probably has an investment of some sort in that company, right? Like you think about Elden Ring, how big Elden Ring was.
Yep,
They have a 16% stake in them. So
yep.
um like everywhere they have their, like you said, tentacles in everything. So
Everything, yeah,
like,
and not only that, because with PlayStation, though, remember one thing: maybe I'm gonna throw in a theory out here. This is a theory I'm gonna throw, Chad. This is a crazy Lou theory, and sometimes Crazy Lou nails that theory. I do because I like business, and I'm a business guy, and I love how business works. And since we know Tencent has this man right there being on the frontal side, which is Sean Layden.
oh
You know where I'm going, Plume, right? You know where I'm going, right, Plume?
yeah.
So that's probably why PlayStation got first dibs because they're trying to attract PlayStation over here to be partners
I
with
mean, your
Tencent.
business relationships, they mean a lot, right? Like he
Yes,
probably
they do.
still just converses with Sony guys at Sony all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Both they're trying to find ways to make money together, right? So yeah, depends.
Mm. Can you imagine that all of a sudden, Sony leaves Pro Group and says, "Hey, Tencent, let's go work with you since Layden's over there. We like Layden." I mean, since Jim Ryan left, probably Layden pulled some moves right there because I know they couldn't stand each other. We know that for a fact. They couldn't stand each other because no matter how polite they put it out there, they couldn't stand each other. Him and Jim
Jim
never.
Jim, Jim Ryan, Sean Layden.
No, they just couldn't. They just couldn't because I mean, for what it says, I mean, remember what David Jaffe said. I mean, Sean later literally got pulled out of Sony with security behind his back, or security was literally like taking him like if it was like a doggy bag. Let's take you outside. You're out of here. I mean, that's what David Jaffe said, and not only that, literally, what David Jaffe said was truthful during that time. He even said that the marketing leader, what was her name? That she got fired from Sony. What was her
Oh,
name? Yeah,
Connie something.
yeah, she could because now she's working for another company. I forgot what the company name is, but yes, she left.
Yeah, did EA hire her? I thought it was
I
EA.
think EA hired her. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I forget. Connie Ross, Connie, I forget her name.
I forgot her name, but yeah, she
Connie Booth.
Connie Booth. Yes, Connie Booth. Yes.
Yeah, she works for EA, and she's working on like their big games, the EA Motive, and like the rumored Black Panther and Iron Man game and
So,
stuff. So,
should we believe what David Jaffe said? I mean, I'll be honest with you. He said it.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah,
He nailed it. So listen.
and apparently, yeah, he put out a tweet like it was like his best friend that he was
Yep.
mad about. Like he said he had a good relationship with her. So
No, he said it live too. I think it was live on the live show. He said it. It was a live show. He said it. He was really pissed off. He was really pissed off. Yeah, Plume, we're gonna have to wait and see. Let's see what happens because at the end of the day, Ubisoft is and now they got a lawsuit going around. It's just a lot of stuff happening to
so who wins, Louis? Xbox or Tencent?
them.
If they get Ubisoft.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, a lot of people want Xbox to buy Ubisoft, but
No, they're not buying anything for a
they're
while.
not buying anything for a while. Not only that, Plume. Not only that, Plume. We know that if Xbox does buy Ubisoft, they're gonna be a massive show because they already have a deal. Ubisoft has a deal with them with the whole Kyle thing. So I guess that's not gonna happen. So don't believe that's gonna happen. I mean, if that does happen, I don't know if regulators gonna let this thing go through. I think they won't because then you got Ubisoft Plus, which is another thing to be integrated into Xbox Game Pass, and it's gonna be again. It's gonna be that deal could probably last longer than the ABK deal. It probably would. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know who should get them, and not only that, Plume. If they buy Ubisoft, we said it earlier today. There's going to be massive layoffs over there, and Microsoft is going to go in there and clean house. They're going to have to.
They're
And
gonna have to. I
then,
mean, there was like thousands of layoffs already with ABK because like
yeah,
redundancies and stuff. With Ubisoft, I think it'll be pretty crazy.
pretty crazy. And you know and you know what Meta's going to do, right? You know what Meta's going to
Yeah,
do. They're going to go in there, man, and tear them up. That's what they're going to do. They're going to tear them up and destroy them because they love to tear up Microsoft. They do. They do. They love it. They love it.
I wonder if there'll be another. I wonder if Tencent just ends up backing out and saying we'll find somebody else to purchase.
No, no. Now that's what scares me the most. If Tencent does pull out,
Yeah.
Ubisoft is gone. I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
they can't. They're at least here until 2027, from what I understand.
Yeah, so they got the 2027, but if Tencent pulls out, they're down. They're down. They're done now. They're done. So I mean, I don't know what the what's it called, Gilliam family is going to do. But if I was the Gilliam family, they should sit there and work something, you know. But at the end of the day, though, I mean, Tencent pretty much is taking advantage of them. We saw in the report that a lot of investors are mad because Tencent has been
Well,
kind of taking advantage of them.
yeah, that's the thing too, right? Is like this whole thing is they're mad at Ubisoft and Tencent. So
Yep.
it's like if Tencent ends up buying them, I guess if they go private, it doesn't matter. But if somehow in a few years, like if Tencent does end up increasing their shares and stuff,
Yeah, it's
getting majority of the will the shareholders even be happy about that? Because they were mad at them too in the report.
nah. I mean, they got to be pissed. I mean, I'm at. It's insane. I mean, like I said, this buy, just alone this buy is gonna be a funky buy. It's gonna be real funky because again, a lot of people are gonna be asking questions. A lot of people are gonna be saying, "Hey, what's gonna happen with the Xbox Cloud, especially? What's gonna happen with this?" Because Tencent owns it, right? I mean, shit. What's gonna happen?
There's been another round of regulator talks and no other news because that'll be dominating the headline every single day.
Yep, that's gonna be the main talk again. We're gonna be back there talking about regulators. They listen to 8 hour long podcasts from Hola. Be with our eyes open, watching what Ferrari Muda has to say next. And post up and oh man,
I,
I
I
don't.
just I just hope they AC Shadows does good.
I do too, but they gotta really polish it. They gotta really polish it and deliver something great. They gotta deliver something great. I mean, seriously, they can deliver something great. I'm down 100%. 100% right there. Because I mean, after what I saw, what happened with Star Wars, I'm like, yeah, let's see. And I'm happy they delayed it just to polish it even more because a lot of people want to play this game. It seems that they want to. So let's see how it goes. How they really deliver on this polished game. Yeah. Well, Plume, it's time to land the plane, Plume. It's time to land that plane, baby. It's 9 p.m., man. It's time to land the plane. It's time to go watch wrestling. 'Cause I know you're going to watch AEW. And me going to keep on playing Metal Gear. Man, I gotta get that medical thing up, man. I gotta do a lot of stuff in Metal Gear, man. I had so much fun with that game, so much fun. But anyways, Plume, thank you for hanging out with us today. It was awesome from you coming by because I know the Katzen hasn't come by, so I hope the Katzen comes back next week. I hope that Sourblow can come back next week too, if he's not too busy, because I know Sourblow's busy. But let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. We need the team to come back so we can get messy. So we can get messy. But but if they do buy, I got an idea if that buy goes through. We're gonna have another versus match, Plume.
Oh.
But anyways, chat. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for your super chats. You guys are awesome. Seriously, thank y'all for your memberships. Thank y'all seriously for being with us every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. ET here on the Xbox International Podcast. Seriously, guys, love y'all. I really appreciate y'all being here. So, Blue, where can we find you, sir?
Find me at AM as usual for my gaming news show, and obviously on X as well. You can find me in those two spots, and yeah, and here Wednesday night. So great show,
Oh,
Louis.
thank you, Bloom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot of love put into this show today, man. Because I'm interested in what's gonna happen with Tencent. I'm interested. It's a company that's just learn more about it. It's been silent, but it's interesting. But yeah, uh, where can you find the crazy one? Simple and easy. You can find him on Twitter X at Crazy Luke Gaming, where I just announce shows now because I used to do a lot of videos back then, but now I'm basically on YouTube. That's what I'm doing right now. Crazy Lou Gaming over there on Twitter, where you can DM me, talk to me, and all that stuff. You can also find me on Tuesdays, Double Barrel Gaming YouTube channel in the Xbox Factor podcast with Mr. Boomstick, Mr. Umbra, Mr. Jamie Moran, right over there in the Double Barrel Gaming YouTube channel on Tuesdays when I do come on, because lately I've just been so busy with work. It's insane. Wednesdays, Xbox International Podcast at 7 p.m. ET with Sourblow, the Big Plume, and Silent Cypher. Sometimes when New Legal says we're going out, direct gaming. When? We just send the signal out, just watch it, we're on, we're live. That's what we do, me and New Legal. Fridays, when I do get invited, Xbox International Podcast en Español with Captain Elvin, Eternal Shaddai, Aska Gaming, and Metal Berserker at 7 p.m. ET. So if y'all speak Spanish, go over there and subscribe. And Mondays through Saturdays, Good Morning with Crazy Lou Gaming. I send the signal out. We talk about what's going on in the gaming news, have some fun, just chill, and just chat. That's what we do from Mondays to Saturday. And one last announcement, because yes, I know I announced so much. I'm probably getting the chat tired. Tomorrow, I'm going on Purple Haze's show. We're gonna have a good discussion about Tencent. I want to hear your thoughts. We're gonna have a good debate right over there. So yes, we're gonna go over there on Purple Haze's show tomorrow and talk about Tencent. I want to pick on her brain, learn a lot of stuff from Tencent because she does know a lot. So yes, tomorrow morning I'll put it on the show, and I'll be promoting on Discord and everywhere, because our Discord is down below in our descriptions for you guys to go in and click on the Discord so you can join it. So yes, that's where you can find the crazy one. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so I can tell you when next BI content comes on. And guys, remember, let's go, let's rock, and let's get pudgy. Yes! See you all next Wednesday. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.